Alright, guys, no more swear words.
We're werewolves.
God damn it!
Werewolves. Fuck you.
Hey, eat my whole ass, you simp.
When
My whole ass.
in the last jam session, Dave Matthews' Hand found themselves rearing down on their newfound nemesis as they discovered the location of a possible lair. They had heard through the Zentarum and through Astral's hefty deposit of funds put toward the reconnaissance of this, that Venom Fang is residing within the very isles we hover above. So we headed into the swamp, leaving our airship of Clouth cultists behind us, and ventured in. We saw trolls, we saw kobolds, we saw ogres, and we battled our way through into the lair filled with kobold traps. We got separated at one point, and Tacitus and Astral ran into an old friend of the party, Kami, an adventurer that ran with these folks for a while before making his own separate ways, or so they thought. They continued on, arming Kami with the hand axe Hugh. As they continued down, Ollivander encountered countless rats armed with knives on their back, feral and hungry, mistreated by the kobolds, and so he convinced them to rise up against their oppressors and to take the means of cheese production into their own hands. And so off they went into the vents and tunnels, keeping things a little bit more orderly until we came across the lair itself. A hefty battle was fought, and we were convinced, as we were trading blows with Venom Fang. Fredboat is very loud, and I must turn him down. As we were convinced that good old Kami was coming to the rescue to save a downed Third Rock, he, in a wicked grin, gripped with both hands the axe and said how long he had been waiting for this moment, and revealed his true form, the Oni, whose brother we killed as Dave Matthews' Hand, and he swore vengeance, allying himself with Venom Fang. A magical giant breed, he disguised himself as Kami, taking swipes and, for a moment, killing Third Rock. Derek attempted to bring him back and used all of his various efforts and will and expended every last ounce of his energy to return him from the veil before his soul could leave. And the battle waged on, and we ended victorious. Astral connecting in the last moment with the final blow to Venom Fang. A bit of his essence embedded himself into Astral's eye, giving him one last mark and, in turn, a gift. As the dragon falls, scales are collected, treasures are obtained, and Dave Matthews' Hand tunes their instruments. We pick up for our performance.
Woo!
Alright.
I love it, Jay.
My little brother's watching the stream tonight, so he counts as proxy for me.
Hey.
Nice.
Alright, just take a little head count here. Derek, you used your inspiration last session, so you don't have one. Ollie, it says you don't. Thank you for the recap. You get one back. So just Tacitus and Ollie have one now, judging by this.
I used mine last session.
Thank you for being honest. We start the session. Ollie, you have inspiration. Everyone has a hero die. We'll go ahead and pick up the narrative spot we left off. As you got, I guess we did leave off in this particular situation, since Felgalos is still on the boat. Hold on. Pick up right where we left off. As you guys are standing in the now ex-lair of Venom Fang and his Oni companion, both of
The
their
DMH
bodies,
layer now. correction.
The lair of DMH, deep in the Evermore, surrounded by black dragons. What could go wrong?
Absolutely nothing.
All right. You stand looking at the horde of Venom Fang, though not as massive as some dragons. Fairly decently sized in its own regard. I did type out most of the stuff you found in it, I think, up above. Let's see.
I got it all in my notes.
And I just was being lazy and didn't put it in the stash bank yet.
Let me guess, you converted it all to gold.
No, you told me not to.
Okay. Oh yeah, you guys are standing in the lair of Venom Fang. The dragon lays slain. Kami, you're kind of going back and forth between like intermittent bits of like being blind in your right eye to being able to see better than normal out of it. It's a kind of a work in progress. You're trying to channel your ki to maybe aid the healing process, but you reckon you'll need a long rest. Third Rock, you're kind of reeling. Even after being healed, you see that you now have this just massive scar coming from like the base of your skull down to down across your neck and almost to the center of your chest where you've been cleaved with Hugh. It is magically healed to where it's not open or risking infection, but there is a notable scar. His last hit on you when you were unconscious was a nat 20, and it doesn't really matter. But I chose to use one of the rules for lingering injuries, so you do have a lingering injury.
Okay.
What are you doing right now?
Just fucking probably meditating, coming to grips, like being back awake and just taking a breath, sitting down, and for the first time in a good long time, the Ruck's gonna choose to be a little bit more isolated and just like take a step off. And anytime anyone like tries to like approach him, he's just gonna like put a hand up and like wave him off, just to like get bearings.
Derek, you had just saved him, so what are you doing?
My hands are shaking from trying to come to terms with how much energy it took. Way more than I expected. That was the first time I ever used that spell as well. I only expected it to use a certain amount of energy, and it took everything of me. And so I'm shaking. And knowing in the background, I heard the howl of the death of the dragon and the screeching pain of Astral as he got his searing mark on his eye. And I'm just kind of on my knees. I probably haven't moved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing.
You feel
Third
both
Rock-
like spiritually and physically drained right now too. You do suffer one level of exhaustion, and you had to use
Okay.
the extra spell resources. So
Yeah, you got it.
you reckon some
So-
part of that was Shantae using your life force and magical energy to make the spell work, whereas it
Okay.
wasn't going to.
Okay. So I imagine if Third Rock wants to isolate and be alone a little bit to come to terms with what happened, he would have had to move to do that because I was just like so exhausted. I'm just on my knees, hands still shaking, just waiting for like, not necessarily waiting for someone to come to me, but like, I'm kind of in my own little world right now. I'm kind of spaced out.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, everyone's kind of come to the battle has ended, and everyone kind of, between like hearing when William called for help, Derek's reaction, everyone kind of knows at this point that Third Rock had just died, if ever so briefly. So as some of you maybe are looking at the peril of the loot, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm trying to. Ash was trying to skin this chicken. I mean, this dragon.
Okay.
While Tacitus is just shoveling gold into his pockets, he's going to look over to Astral and he's going to go, "Can we please stick the head on the tip of the ballista?"
I would prefer the head go into the manor back home. You know.
That's fine, but until that point, just as a fear tactic, let's stick it on the thing.
Please
I'm
remember
gonna
that
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the cultists will like that too much.
Our ride is dragon cultists, so be somewhat respectful to the dragon.
They didn't.
I
care
don't
about
think
that,
they
okay?
care about green dragons, anyways. Yeah, let's take his head.
Yeah, you earned it.
Yeah, you guys take the hide and the head.
Yeah.
So, you were doing that, Tacitus. What were you doing?
Shoveling gold into my pocket and looking for a few choice scales I can use to maybe make a half plate armor.
Okay. William?
I think William's going to pick up on what's going on with Derek, and he's gonna head over to him.
Ollie?
I recognize that Third Rock wants space and needs time for his own reflection, but I would just like to make my distant presence known that I'm just going to walk over here and just watch over everything quietly, sort of lean up against the wall, arms arms gently crossed, making sure everyone's okay, and just sort of like fiddling the trinket that I gave the Oni before I knew who he was in my hands.
Yeah.
And just making it aware that if and whenever Third Rock is ready, I am right here.
You do anything with that Third Rock?
Third Rock's mostly the crossed-armed meditating. For the most part, I would like to keep rolling something to kind of like set a DC with myself, because this is the first time like Third Rock's like spent a lot of devotion towards the balance, but this is the first time he's ever like, and I think right now it's just like white staticky gray, so I need to like roll a decent something to get my fucking head out of it or come up, because I genuinely don't know how to play, and I was talking to the boys about this earlier, I genuinely don't know how to play this angle. I think that confusion right now is mostly what Third Rock's feeling, so it's not a stay away from me as like a feral dog thing, but it's more just like I need my space and like time to breathe, so I would kind of just like to maintain that.
Okay. Yeah, Astral, and if you're heading it up, go ahead and give me a medicine check. See how well you can get the hide off of a dragon. I'd say Tacitus is there helping you. So you guys can either both roll a medicine check, or one of you can roll with advantage. Okay, that's not bad.
I was gonna say I want to just help with the advantage.
You've been waiting for this moment. You've been thinking about how you're gonna do this. You pulled the knife out. You've been saving for this exact moment. As you just start like digging away at the flesh, just like, yeah, this is exactly how I thought it was gonna be. Once you get like a decent amount of
kind of like Chef Ramsay, you know, he's just like sharpening.
Finally, some good fucking loot. After you get to a decent point where you've pulled enough dragon scale and dragon hide off of the corpse of Venom Fang, you kind of like give the double tap, look over, and Tacitus just brings down the great axe, head off.
All right, I'm gonna holler over to Third Rock and see if I can get his attention, and I'll say, hey, yo, do you think you could like cook this? I don't think any of us have had dragon before, and I just feel like, you know, with your skills, the shit would be fire.
Third Rocks might like for a second look up at Astral and just give him a small like left to right like slow no, and then just like continue back with what he was doing.
I'm gonna try and cut a flank off of this thing anyways.
I want to try and I want to cut the hands off the Oni and use it as daggers for the goblins back home.
Use the hands of the Oni?
Yeah, like the bones.
That's right. Don't they have like really long claws?
It's up to you. If not a lot, it's fine.
That's fine. You can take the Oni's hands.
I will go for that then.
It looks creepy as hell.
Is that just what, a medicine roll?
Almost like a creepy pasta, yo. I don't like
It's
it.
almost like he's
anything
about to
that
ask you to
takes
get in the
skill.
back of a van.
I wouldn't say it takes any necessary skill to cut his hands off, so no roll required. Tacit has probably done that before. All right, yeah, you
Yeah.
guys
Dave
pick
Matthews Hand has experience cutting off hands.
As everybody pulls themselves together now as a group, some of you more injured than others, Astral and Tacitus looking the worse for wear right now. What are you guys doing?
Well,
What's
can
the
I
plan?
have
One
that quick
thing-
little conversation with Derek that I was
Yeah,
talking
my
about?
bad, my bad.
Cool. William kind of walking up, seeing that shakiness, maybe a little bit of disassociation, kind of slowly walk up and put his hand kind of on his shoulder, maybe a little goofily puts it on his chest. Are you okay?
I'm like I press my lips together and it's like super dry and chapped, and my voice is a little hoarse. Do you have any water?
William reaches in and pulls out his water skin. Go ahead, drink up. Come on.
Oh, thank you. I drink a decent bit of it, and I try and like not waste any moisture. Even the little droplets that might have gone into my beard, I try and like scrape it up and suck it back up into my lips. And I hand the skin over to you, and I was like, thank you.
William will take it. Yes. Thank you. I didn't have control over that. I wasn't ready for what happened. And you saved that situation. I look over, we're probably in earshot, but pointing over at Third Rock, we don't always agree, but he's important. It's a very good thing that you saved him.
It wasn't his time. By Shantae's decree.
But
God, it wasn't his time.
that's right. And he'll deal with that when it comes, but are you okay?
I think you're right. I don't think any of us were ready for that, but we got through it. Everything that we did to prepare for this encounter, everything that we did during the battle with Venom Fang and that backstabbing fucking Oni, if we hadn't done those things, we probably wouldn't be here. So I want to thank you as well, and everyone. And I look to Ollie and Tacitus and Astral as he's skinning scales from Venom Fang's corpse. This is a group effort. So thank you for doing your part. I'll continue doing mine. Even if it takes energy out of me like this every time. I'll gladly do it to make sure that we see the other side. We got a story to tell. Our story's not over. It's definitely not over for Third Rock. Sure as hell isn't over for Dave Matthews Hand. As I creak with my muscles and my aching bones off my knees and start standing up and lean against the cave wall. Crack my neck a little bit. Take off my plate gloves. Crack my knuckles a little bit. Shake them off. Let's say we rest up for a bit, huh?
That sounds good.
Not here.
Well, not here, obviously.
You say you took
Get
some of
wild
your armor
here.
off, Derek?
While they were doing that, Third Rock would like to just kind of
Oh,
quietly.
hello.
What?
You took your armor off. The kobold's attack.
I took my gloves off.
He's joking. It's just you were saying Dalton.
Throughout their kind of interaction, noticing them like gesturing to Third Rock and definitely would be within earshot. I think like
Yeah.
at the conversation between two people would kind of like break them like mentally.
Shit.
I'm gonna attempt two things. One of them's probably a waste, but I want to try it just to see where it goes. I'm casting Greater Restoration on my neck, and then I'm going to silently walk up, casting Aura of Vitality, and then for the next minute I should have. I didn't mean to roll that. I don't want that. It's not a bad healing, but you're ruling. I would like to roll 20d6, and I've already broken up the math for how I want it to go out. It's going to be 4 for me, 5 for Astral, and 9 for Tacitus.
If you want to roll those, you can. Greater Restoration does require diamond dust worth 100 gold.
Oh, yeah, I probably don't have components for that. I didn't think of that. Fuck.
Oh,
My
good.
bad. Okay, so that's 2d6 per, so 4d6 is on the evens. So the first 4 will be me, and then I'll roll Astrals. So I heal 26. Astral heals this plus a 1 more. So he heals 15, 23. And then Tacitus heals 10d6. No, 9. So 5 and 4. Oh, plus 1. You need 1 more.
Did you
Okay,
cast a spell
so
more
that's
than
gonna be-
once?
No, but you get, because you get 10 rounds, each of them is 2d6, so you get 20d6 to use.
Right.
I was just doing the math based on that.
Okay.
So to recap all the confusing math, that's 4, 8, 12. I might have cast too much, actually. Because I got 8, and then Astro got 8. And then
Yeah, you rolled
Tacitus
way
got
too many.
8. Oh, yeah.
You rolled
okay, so
4, 8, 12, 16, 18. 18 by the time you rolled 2d6, then you rolled 5d6, 4d6, and an extra d6.
I should have gotten the 46 plus 1 of that one. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Wh-
where's
how
my
do you-
health
how,
app?
how do you do the command? Can you just do the command for
Yeah, let's do... How many for Tacitus?
9 for Tacitus?
So
4
9d6.
No, it would be 10 for Tacitus, 5 for
10d6.
Astral. Yeah, 10d6, 5 for
Tacitus,
Astral,
you
5
healed
for me.
28. 5 for Astral, 5 for you.
Yeah,
That's for you.
I thought I had a good technique to it, and then I hit the button
This is for
too
Astral.
many times.
Tacitus kind of cracks his neck a little bit. It's like, one more lizard off the shit list.
And then after that, I know it costs or it takes a little bit, but I would like to go up to the Oni and cast Gentle Repose for my last 2nd level. Or actually, I'd like to use an actual slot for Venom Fang to cast Gentle Repose on him and just kind of give him a nod.
You walk over to Venom Fang, and there's not much left to repose.
Perfect. So
They cut
I'm
his
just
head
gonna-
off, they skinned him.
yeah, he's not a body. I'm gonna kind of like
Come back.
kneel. I'm gonna kind of like kneel and give him a nod, and then just like go up to the Oni, and not that anyone else would hear it, but like in a low whisper, during the repose, my verbal's just gonna be like, "I hope you find your brother," and then like even quieter than that, and I hope I find your kin, and then just like send him off.
Okay. Sean had expressed he was he was unsure if he did his health correctly on all the level ups, so he asked if he could re-roll his HP from level 1. If anybody else wants to just attempt to do that to make sure the math is right or see if even you get a better roll, you have to take the new roll, but I'm going to let Sean do that real quick. So if you go to the Discord, Sean, bot commands, it should be, oh boy, what was it? So it's, I'm going to do a command here. I'm going to see if this works. What level are you?
I have
8 and
8
9.
monk levels.
8
8
monk
monk
levels.
levels.
So we'll do those first. So 7d8. Reroll less than, where's it at? 2. Let me make sure that that works. Yeah, so that's the command for that. So it's exclamation point R space 7d8 RR. Use that sign that I used. And then 2, and that'll roll your hit dice for your monk. We'll do you one at a time here.
Okay. So
I'm actually
I
gonna
do
put the command in roll 20, so you can just copy paste it.
So do I not do
Your level 1
8?
monk level is an automatic 8.
Okay.
So just copy and paste that what I put in there.
Got you.
And then we're just gonna roll 1d12 for your level 1 barbarian plus 8 at the end of it. You missed the less
Nani?
than 2. You didn't actually roll a 1 there, so that's fine. So we'll take the 29, then we're just going to roll 1d12.
God damn it.
Explanation R, 1d12. If you roll a 1, you get to re-roll it. Okay, so we'll keep that one since you did it right. So that's 42 rolled HP. That's not bad at all. So then we'll do explanation R, 1d12. An 11.
Jesus Christ. He's gonna get a health bump.
So that's plus 8 at the end of that. So 42 plus 8 is 50, plus 11 is 61 for your rolled HP. So when you go to your character sheet now...
What?
Astral got a buff in the patch notes, y'all.
You go to edit character and levels.
Rolled
Every
HP.
Rolled HP should be 61.
Okay.
Confirmed Astral is the best out of our group.
That puts your new max to 70.
I got him by 1.
I would also like to reroll mine, not because I think that it's wrong, but because I think that dying and then rerolling your health is, I think that's a pretty fucking weird, wonky mechanic that I'd be willing, if it's been given the opportunity to do it.
Okay. So you're 9 levels of cleric, right?
Correct.
So the Discord, I'll let you copy paste this. So don't copy the use like Astral did. Just copy the command.
Yeah, don't be me.
Well, I'm gonna be
I'm
going
kinda
from
stupid.
I'm going from my laptop to my phone, so I'm just gonna be directly typing it in as it is.
And then at the end of the RR, put this code. I didn't type it. Okay, so it's like you're gonna make a heart, but instead of a 3, you do a 2. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Less like less than
less
2.
than 2, yeah.
I got you. 8D8RR.
Mhm.
8D8RR.
Yeah.
With the space or without a space?
Space between the explanation R and the numbers, but nothing else.
Okay, so the RR and then less than 2.
Less than 2.
Okay, cool.
And then you add 8 to the end of this. So 46 plus 8 is 54. Let's see. Right now, that's not counting any of your con modifiers, so don't be discouraged.
Okay.
8,
Yeah,
5,
but
2, 8, 5,
I
4,
absolutely
6.
cannot risk re-rolling those numbers that I have received.
It said you had.
Fucking playing the Skyrim thing.
Yeah.
Why? What? Am I all out of fucking lighter fluid? Is that why I can't light my candles?
It's fine.
It says you would lose health with this one. You're at 84 max right now. If you went to 54 rolled, it'd be 72.
Your call.
I said you had to take the new roll, unfortunately.
It's your call.
Anyone else want to try or see if just to make sure everything looks right, or should I see if they can roll a little higher, maybe?
I'm good.
I am 10 below the
I
wizard
don't-
max.
I don't understand how I went down though. I rolled 3 8s, and every single time we've leveled up, I've rolled pretty poorly.
I think that may have meant that we added too many to the last time. The couple times you leveled up, you may have just added con mod to the roll. This may is probably actually your actual HP. I'm
Okay,
looking
that's
at
more
this
fair.
right here on your character sheet, and it says that you're at 72 max right now, which I think you're still above average. So I think your HP was calculated wrong before, because it says that your average HP for your level right now would be 62, and you're at 72, so you're 10 above average. The max would have been 90, and you were at like 84, so I think we added wrong.
Okay.
So I think this is legitimately close to your
That's-
level.
That's perfectly fine with me, and it matches up with someone dying. So
This really is just DMH patch notes.
Tune in next week for the live patch notes. William, you're at 71. Your total max possible is 81.
I've been rolling, man.
Okay. I'll believe you.
So we fucking. I finally fell from the sun
What's my max
like
possible?
2 weeks ago when I rolled a 2 instead of.
You're probably going to be
5 or a
sad
6.
to find out what your max possible is. Because you're just going to feel like you're not there. But I'll tell you if you want to know.
I do want to know. I'm not re-rolling, but I do want to know.
Your right now is 116. Your max possible is 162.
Wow, that's nasty.
Yeah, you want to re-roll?
I wanted to re-roll.
Should I, you think?
You're right at average, so I mean, you could go maybe a little
Dakota,
under
if you-
average or above.
Dakota, if you re-roll, you could have a better chance at death. I'm just saying.
That's kind of where my head was at.
But also,
You want to
but
try?
also, you could have
I'll
a lot
re-roll.
harder time with.
Do you want to do the
death.
command?
I don't.
You're on
let's
your
see.
phone, right?
Or you could do
I
it
am on my phone.
Do you know where that bot command channel is?
No.
Do you want
I
me
can
to
find it.
That shit's so funny. If
I
gets
trust
a
you.
shitload of health, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Alright. R
Tacitus gets healed and then heals
8
himself.
D
through
12. You're
willpower.
all barbarian, right?
Completely. Through and through, Daddy-O.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Plus 12, so what is that? 68 rolled HP? You were at 62 before, so your new max is 122.
Why is he missing a level?
Shit, he got better.
I added the level 9 as a max 12.
Oh, gotcha.
I added a max 8 to yours.
Oh, wait. What is my new HP?
112.
So I'm down.
122. 122.
Okay. How do I fix that?
I'll fix it on your token. It should automatically update on your character sheet.
You just have
Nice.
to put the rolled HP number in.
Hey, yo, guys, I got the big cup with the potato chips in it.
I said 72 for you, right, Third Rock?
Yeah, I believe.
Fuck.
Cool.
Neat little buff there.
I do
That wasn't
like
the intended goal.
I do like the angle you're coming from with having died, so I'm also going to update that you do have an inspiration. Give you a little something. You catch that, Third Rock?
Yeah, I did. Thank
Cool.
you.
Alright, at this point, everyone's taking a minute to catch their breath. Short rest, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to throw anything at you. You guys can all probably just take a long rest. That saying said, if you guys decide you want to go fuck around, I will say you're all at half HP and you will find out. Hello, Paige. How
So
are
wait, you
you?
got a long rest?
If you want to take a long rest, go ahead.
I want a long rest.
I'm not planning on doing anything between here and there, so.
I don't know what our marching order necessarily is going to be.
Well,
But-
Jay heard the kobold say something about get the eggs and leave, and then the mice came out of the walls covered in blood. So you don't think you're in immediate danger, but you probably should get out of here.
But
Yeah.
I will say, on the way out, maybe as a gesture or just to make sure there's somebody to check on him, William will summon Oscar and kind of have him hang out with Third Rock if he'll allow it.
Third Rock will pet Oscar and just kind of look at him and give him really good scratchings and just go, "This is between me and you, Oscar. Don't be relaying nothing to William." And I'm just gonna give him like head nudges and just like I'll even make an animal handling check to see. Well, he's Fey, so that doesn't really count. So
He's a real
But-
animal.
Make an animal. He's an animal still.
I'm a real animal. Yeah, me and Oscar just cuddling. We're hanging out.
Oscar does like the scratches.
Or are we chilling
Cut-
in like, the cave?
Cut
for
to
the
some
moment?
point in the middle of the night, Oscar like angrily looking at William, like what's wrong? Why are you upset with me? Just like you don't pet me like him. Who's him?
I'm just gonna be feeding him little strips of jerky as well, just kind of nudging, like realizing that like death really does make you hungry, kind of just like forcing myself to eat some snacks, and then kind of noticing that Oscar's on the fucking edge of me. Just, all right, you get some jerky too, because he's a
My
bird. He's
token aura broken?
carnivorous.
Do what?
So is my token aura broken? I feel like our token auras are broken.
I had to manually update mine.
Oh, my APIs may be fucked, yeah.
Haven't taken a long rest yet. Let me see. Nope, my token works. I'm all the way back up to 71.
Yeah, but you're not green. You're like yellow.
Yeah, the auras are definitely off.
My API's all crashed. Alright, this should be working better now.
Hell yeah to your 140, Sean. That's what I like to hear, Daddy-O.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I'll wait for that to reload.
Dude, the first fight we get into is gonna be fucking nuts. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Just because I'm curious. Derek.
I don't know why they put
Yes.
the potato chips in the Reese's.
Dungeon Master.
Oh, you're right below average.
I am.
Mm-hmm. Your average
You
is
got nothing to
99, you're at
lose.
96.
Roll that shit.
And I have tough, don't I?
Yeah,
Is that average including tough?
I think so, yeah, because it says your total possible, so.
Oh, gotcha.
So with your tough and just rolling, you're right at average. Or you're a little under, because you're at 96, average is 99. If you're using fixed
what?
values, you'd be 103, and your max is 135.
I feel like there would be a narrative explanation for being either higher or lower
Okay.
at this point. Because I just got super exhausted. Shantae just channeled herself through me to
Okay.
save Third Rock.
I like it, I'm here for it. You know the
So-
command?
No.
Do you want me to roll it? Or do you want me to walk you through
why
the
not?
command?
I trust it.
Alright, so you're D10 with a paladin, right?
Yep, all D10s.
Alright, so right now, you're at 51 rolled. Keep in mind, whatever I roll is plus 8. Plus 10.
Okay. Plus 10.
That's already 62. So, 72. You just went from 96 to 117.
What?
Does that add to rolled HP, or does it
Yeah.
add separate?
No, it adds separately.
Okay.
Because when you look at Derek's character sheet, you go to his health, it says his rolled HP is 72. He gets 27 bonus from con and 18 bonus from tough. Welcome to
Okay.
triple digits, my friend.
Yeah. I
Welcome
guess
to the
so.
club.
So yeah, it may have taken everything from me, but I got a little bonus.
You had a little bit of God touch in you, so
Cool.
feel a little stronger after that. Third Rock fought with mortality and feels a little weaker after that. Astral got really mad and killed his rival, so
some poison coursing through his
Got some
veins.
poison. He got some more con. All right. Everybody is good to go ahead and take their long rest.
Schmidt.
I'd like to, like, right before people start waking up, wake up, just knowing that I have this intention and this, not worry, but just focus, and place a, I'm just gonna place the charm, that I gave the Oni on Third Rock's bedroll, and sit with him and wait for him to wake up.
Are you
I'm
still
gonna
there?
be honest. No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was letting Dolly in, and I was making a little bit of a ruckus. I'm gonna be
Before you-
honest, Jaden. I was going to emphasize that Third Rock was gonna spend most of the travel time sleeping, because I was like, fuck, how would I'm still trying to come to grips with like how to play your character post death, especially when your character is like centralized around death, and I was like, sleep. It's the cousin of death, and I was like, I would probably, if I got close to death, I'd probably sleep for like 28 hours. So
I just meant like before we leave the cave, because I was under the
oh
impression
yeah. I
you
wasn't.
can't sleep in there forever.
Yeah. I guess that's true. I thought we were sleeping on the ship.
I thought we were
No.
heading to the ship, not sleeping in the cave.
I've
Um,
heard from the DM that we were staying here because it was safe, but if we're not doing that, then we don't.
I was also.
You guys
unsure.
didn't imagine you were under immediate danger, but you should probably get out of there.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
So I don't know what setting we're in, but Jaden, when I wake up, I'm willing to play that out for sure.
My question is, Third Rock sleeping, would he be willing to have Oscar sleep with him?
Yes. Oscar, Third Rock assumed that Oscar was kind of coming with him, and I was just like, when I left my door kind of cracked, and I'm just gonna like kind of gesture to Oscar and be like, it's your perfect size, and then just kind of like cuddle up.
You
I
will
might even
notice
mess
quickly
with
that Oscar does not leave your side.
Aw.
Aw.
Third Rock fucking appreciate. Yeah, Third Rock's just gonna keep nuzzling him, just like
There
until
will
I
even be a
fall asleep.
moment while you're nuzzling him where maybe when you're lying down, he jumps up on your chest, looks you up and down, and then eyes stop at that scar. He looks at it, will nuzzle his beak up against it, pull back, maybe even stretch out a wing and like do like a weird hug that he's seen people do as he kind of wraps the wing around the scar.
As a wise Matt Mercer once said, he hugs you as well as a bird can hug you.
Yes. And then he'll kind of roost off on the side of your hammock and sleep with you.
Yeah, Third Rock's gonna acknowledge that and kind of just nuzzle and probably pass out.
As far as the magic items you guys found, there was a +1 flail and another potion of healing. That was intended probably for Third Rock. You guys see that he uses a flail for his spiritual weapon. If that is a weapon you're interested in picking up, Third Rock.
The flail?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a new update since fucking Lost Mines, so I would appreciate. And it's in my character, so the flail would be kind of cool. I also don't have proficiency with it. If you'd be willing to work with that, but
I already added it to your character.
okay.
Flail
Blessed with
+1.
proficiency of only flails.
Because that does one more damage than I don't know if Lightbringer was +1 or not. I can't remember.
Lightbringer was +1.
Okay.
I think it was the first +1 that was brought into the campaign, and I called dibs.
Cool. You see the bit I talked about the barricade, the tower shield.
I did. I appreciate that very much. And
So if you're using tower shield, you'd be at AC 20 with the saucepan lid on. Because your AC right now is 19 with the saucepan lid on your head. And then if you're using
Correct.
your power shield, you get 20
That'd
AC,
give-
but you have
the
disadvantage
plus
on melee
2.
attacks. Nothing on
I'm okay
spells,
with-
though.
I'm okay with that. I very, very, very rarely use melee attacks, but with this +1. So flip barricade back to tower.
Assume barricade is tower.
Okay. So barricade is tower with tower or
With
barricade's
barricade magic
effects?
as well, yeah.
Oh fuck, that's a buff. Okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Because it leaves it with a standing health, but it's also now a +3 instead of a +1.
Mhm.
Cool.
It says 20
I'm
for your
okay.
armor class, but that's with the stipulation that you have the saucepan on your head and the
I
tower
normally
shield.
always, unless I say that I
Okay.
use it for cooking, I normally always have it on my head.
All right.
Whether it's tilted forwards or backwards is the main
To avoid
call.
being stuck on patch notes for another hour,
No, I agree.
you guys all make your way back to the Dragon Air cultist ship. You're carrying the severed head of Venom Fang. They just don't say anything about it. I mean, nobody seems happy, but they don't say anything.
The workplace isn't that great.
Side note, Astral, if you save some of that, okay, comes with a stipulation. I'll only do this if
I already cut off a flank.
Third Rock,
Okay,
roll a
Terry-
general cooking check. Bro, that meat is gonna kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at him.
Not like he's gonna die, but he gonna wish he was dead.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm just gonna smile at him really, really big. Terry, I don't know what Ollie rolls. Can I roll what Ollie rolls for his alchemy checks to see if it would make good poison?
I mean, it's already poison.
Yeah, but if Ollie, okay, so I would know. With Third Rock would have insight knowledge to just look at Astral and the very few words that
It'd be an ingested. You can't like siphon out the poison and make a liquid out of it. If someone eats this meat, they will suffer the poison condition.
But I guess what I'm saying is, could Ollie make something that could coat a weapon to
No.
where it would be effective?
It's an ingested poison.
Okay, that's upsetting.
There are injury-based poisons and there are ingested-based poisons.
So, I'm gonna look at Astral,
Difference
and I'm
between
just,
venomous and poisonous.
yeah. I just made that mental break. I'm gonna look at Astral, and I'm just gonna give him a little hand gesture for like, talk to me in my head.
Can you cook it?
No, well, it's not a matter of can I cook it, it's can we eat it. And the answer to that is no. We, Dave Matthews Hand, cannot eat it. But
Well, why not?
it's dragon meat. It's green dragon meat. Astral. What was
Yeah, regular
What-
dragon meat's probably okay. Green dragon meat.
what did that dragon specifically do with the elements?
I mean, I figured you could cook all of that out, you know, like
I
fire,
mean,
you know,
it's
just like
alcohol-
it burns away
alcohol-
all the bad stuff in the meat,
Alcohol
you know.
and alcohol and buttermilk can only do so much, bud. I'm sorry to tell you.
I'm concerned what kind of mentality Astral's
But-
been going with when it comes down to
But-
food.
Looking at him super
Halflings are
seriously,
lucky; they
going,
hardly ever get food poisoning.
looking at him seriously, going. But if we ever wanted to sabotage dinner, this is some good fucking grub to have. And I'm gonna like wink at him and just like kind of nod to like take it and see if we can cure it for like a cursed dinner. It's where if we ever need to poison people with supper, that I have the ingredients and that they're in the bag. Because I've got a feeling that might be handy.
Okay.
I'd like to make some poison supper. Poison potatoes, if you will, for you Minecrafters.
Anything else for the rest of you while you're on the ship? Delphine kind of pulls Ollie and Derek aside.
Okay.
All right, well, what's the plan? Where to next?
Well,
We're heading north. We may be running low on critical supply, so if we are heading to the cold, we may need to get some stoppages. I know that the giant stronghold in the north is isolated from the rest of small folk society, but we may need to make a stop.
All right. Well, what about equal distance if we're heading there from Miabar and Luskin? Prices will be cheaper in Luskin. It's a coastal town.
We'll have to consult the rest of the group, but Luskin probably sounds good.
Of course, we could always go for Neverwinter or Port Last as well.
Yes, but that does seem quite a bit out of the way.
Not in the long haul of things. You're looking from Miabar to Svarborg is 600. Port
Ollivander?
Last is about
Why is
620.
Port Last was? You said Luskin.
Well, you have a couple options. I said you can do Luskin,
Okay.
Port Last, Neverwinter, or Miabar.
What you got for last?
I think a couple of those options might be out of the question.
Port Last? I ain't never been to Port Last. What are you
Neverwinter
talking
is the
about?
longest route.
No.
Y'all can go to Luskin. I'm just not getting off the boat.
Luskin seems to be the
That's-
shortest
If
route.
we go to Mirabar, we can teleport to a bunch of places.
Can Third Rock make a general wisdom check on if it's a good idea to go to Mirabar or Port Last?
Well,
Not
I'd
Port
assume this was
Luskin.
between Derek and Ollie in Delphine,
Yeah.
so. But it's a small boat, so.
I have no idea about Port Last. I do know about Luskin. I think Luskin's out of the question according to Derek. But I haven't. Port Last? Oh yeah, that's not out of the way, is it?
You just hear that out loud, William.
What? Port Last? What are you guys talking about?
Where we're stopping.
Oh, I owe money in Port Last. We probably shouldn't go there.
Bye.
Deception
Too
check.
long.
Maybe you shouldn't go there.
A deception check.
I did say
Too long.
he's gonna vibe check you.
Cool.
Everybody roll a vibe check real quick.
Wait, everybody?
Everybody.
Twice, that's-
Ooh, I
Oh,
excel at these.
Two open.
That's a big vibe. Tacitus is Tacitus.
I'm the one experiencing the double rolls.
That's a big vibe. That's a big vibe.
vibe.
Everybody can tell William is definitely not excited about the idea of Port Last. You can tell he's withholding information for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna respect
Classic.
his space and not wanting to share this information. I was like, Port Last might not be in the options either.
I'm just if there was any Third Rock would probably be so far pulled away and not really mentioned. But if there was any like noticeable cat lifting its head in the corner of the room, I would be staring William across the room, and if he ever saw eyes with me, I would just look at him and go, and just kind of like tilt my head like, Hmm?
You will definitely. Maybe you don't notice an entire reaction out of William as he's trying not to look at anybody, but at the mention of Port Last, you will very obviously notice a look of just Oscar going.
I'd like to make a vibe check to see if there are more pirates involved.
What'd you roll? You rolled a 21. Well, I mean, you could tell that he's withholding information probably pertinent to him.
And it's a
What is it
port. Why
doing?
do you keep rolling intelligence checks?
How did you guys
So-
fix the double roll?
You just don't have two Roll20 tabs open.
Oh.
Mine always rolls twice. It's just on the GM layer, so you don't
So-
see it.
So,
Go ahead and make a
William,
general
you wanna
history
go-
check
you wanna
for
go
me,
ahead?
Astral, since you're kind of from the other side of the world.
general history check.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm not that bright.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You just assume it's like the last port that ever existed. Derek, that's like near your stomping grounds. So you probably don't even need a roll. Because when you were training with the Order of the Gauntlet, a coastal town at various points in its violent history has been plundered by pirates, enslaved by evil cults, set ablaze, overrun by fish people, and even raided by drow. Even though it weathered every storm and persevered, as the only port town between Luskin and Neverwinter, The two cities where tall cliffs give away to sandy shores. Port Last Harbor is stirring with shipwrecks. The tomb of seafarers who fought the town's spoils-in-law. So it's definitely a pirate town between two major like trading cities.
Yeah. So where are we planning on going anyway? Is it
You
up
guys
here?
are trying to go to Svardborg, the sea of the
over
moving
here.
ice. Yeah.
We should hit Bryn Shander, please. We can do it next session. I don't care, but we should hit Bryn Shander. I'd be super excited for a home trip
I,
because I have a few things that I've like backstocked that it would be fun for me to unveil. Because
We did do a Derek home trip.
Yeah.
were there
Shander's on the
other
way.
options? Was it just
Oh, we can
The
go
whole
to
spine of the world
Neverwinter,
is our option.
Portland, Luskin. We could go back to Miabar, but we've already run the airship past there multiple times. If you want to stop by one of the 10 towns, we could, of course, do Fireshear, Hundlestone, or Bryn Shander, though it'd already be cold by the time we land there if you're worried about winter gear.
I
the
feel
fly in the cold.
I feel
You
as though
guys. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Miramar would be a good location. There are some items that I need to buy.
You
And
want me to get them at Mirabel?
there are ways that I can get about in Miramar. The items that I want, I can purchase there. Definitely cannot get them in Port Last. Not
Well, the
possible.
closest major city is Yartar.
Yartar would work as well, but Miramar is probably more convenient.
Do you want a shopping episode? Because that's how you get a shopping episode.
This is above table. This is Lane saying if he goes to Miramar, he can teleport to.
If you go to Yartar,
Evermoon.
you can teleport.
Oh yeah, but I figured if we're going along the way, Miramar saves us time, doesn't it?
It's 600 miles to stop in Miabar. 620 miles to stop in Yartar. That's
Without hitting Bryn
not that
Shander.
much. That's like 2 hours more.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can stop in Yartar. There's some shopping I need to do, but like I said, if we can get it all done in Yartar, I think that'd be best, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
Side chat, just some simple math. We dropped off the ingredients for Derek's giant sling. How long has it been since then?
Few
A
days.
day,
Yeah, it's
A single day?
maybe two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it needs.
You guys
he
went
needs
right from Tribor
3
to Cloud
weeks?
Giant Castle.
Like 2 or 3 weeks?
No. It was like literally like 2 days ago.
No. How long? No. How long does he need to complete it?
3 work
Oh.
weeks.
3 work weeks. That's what I
So
thought.
15 days. You guys are on day 3. So 12 days to go.
I feel
You
like I'm
guys could
being
always try to take some
hypervigilant.
downtime if you needed to. None of you gather that these giants need to be stopped. Nobody gathers. There's a huge time alarm buzzer going off right now. Obviously, you don't want to ignore them, but you don't feel like it's do or die right now.
If we go to Yartar, there's a certain spell William can get that we can get an idea, because I can learn scrying now. And I know what... yeah, we do, because of the Oracle, we know what the head Frost Giant looks like, and we know their name. So yeah, I want to stop in Yartar and buy some stuff. Everybody good with that?
I also have some spell components that would be pretty sweet to have.
I'm fine with a little stop in Yartar.
Yeah,
I don't know
Yartar.
about no 2. I don't know about no 3 weeks in Yartar, but I do.
Fuck no, not no 3 weeks in Yartar. I was being super hyper vigilant about something because I was like, fuck, maybe like a week passed and we could like drop by and encourage him to like pay him more right now to finish it faster. But
About 10 hours to get from where you are in the Evermoors to Yartar as you dock outside and make your way into the city. Who's all going in?
I'll be going into Yartar.
Are we staying the night? Is it nighttime?
It's getting close to the night, yeah.
I think
Are we-
after everything that happened, it wouldn't be a bad thing for us to stay the night in Yartar. Catch
Might
our
be.
breath for a moment.
Yeah, that's gonna be really nice. Sleeping in a bed and like
Yeah, I
These
agree.
habits are not doing great for my figure.
we should. So like Third Rock's gonna like sit up and go. We should go somewhere nice. Like we just got a good payout. Let's go to the nicest spot to stay and just treat ourselves because I want some fine linen and hot water.
I'm with you on that. I think we
I'll
all deserve a
join.
little bit of a rest.
It is bath week after all.
We should
Yeah.
do
All
a
of you are
bath. We
making
should
your
do
way-
a bathroom episode for sure.
What?
Yeah.
As
Good.
all of you are making your way closer to
that
the city
mean?
gates of Yartar, you're following the beaten path. You see like a large signage posted with like just general like notices, information for like the farmers around the city, schedules for like ships coming in and out of port. And William, you see one that catches your eye. Wanted for questioning by the Water Baron, Dave Matthews Hand.
I knew it. Fucking werewolf.
Wait, the Water Baron? Which
Yeah.
one's the Water Baron?
The leader of Yartar.
The one that you guys committed illegal acts with, and then she was like, if anything happens, I'm blaming you.
Did she snitch on us?
You guys also killed people right outside of the city and then just left the scene of the crime.
Terry,
We're
you're
just
cutting out.
wanted for questioning.
You guys also killed a bunch of people outside of the city gates after being explicitly told not to do that.
Oh yeah.
And then
Explicitly
left the
told
scene of the
not to.
crime.
It's a savage family.
I knew this would come back to get us.
I died there. They can go fuck themselves.
Whether or
right.
not they can go fuck themselves or not, you're wanted for
No, I'll make
questioning.
One person.
Hey, I'll
and
convince
they
them to go
killed
fuck
one
themselves,
person.
okay?
William will see that, stop, look up to the group. Everybody hold up for a moment. That's looks off. Does he still see that field where we met that really nice guard?
It's off in the distance.
Let's go meet up over there for a moment. William's going to. Is there any guards nearby?
Well, yeah, you're looking off in the distance. Like the walls are much better maintained and like manned right now. Everyone seems
Okay.
on edge. You see one point like a wall's being kind of rebuilt. It looks like possibly a giant came through here and tried to cause some issue for Yartar. You haven't
I'm
been
just,
spotted by the guards yet, but if you get any closer, you might be.
Gotta bring you off information. So noticeable. Couldn't help but notice on the way in. We're wanted for questioning. Probably has something to do with those guys that we killed because they killed you. That's true.
That's not how that went down. I killed him
Definitely
first.
not how that went down.
Yeah, but it's a good way we could put it. I mean,
Taking pride before the fall.
I'm just saying we should maybe, if we're still wanting to go to Yartar, or
Well,
if
I'll
we're
also
wanting to
put
not-
more information on the table. The guy that got away, when Ollie investigated his city guard badge, it looked authentic. It looked like he was a real city guard. So the witness that got away is presumably a real city guard, though he may be corrupt.
The ones
So-
that died may not.
We can test our luck and hope all goes well and righteousness leads the way, or we just don't go to Yartar.
Just
Listen,
wants to
I'm gonna
question
be
us
honest with you.
for a lot.
I'm pretty high off killing a dragon right now, and I feel like I could take on the fucking world at this point. So I mean, it's whatever.
Look, look,
Fuck a water guard.
in the nicest way possible, killing a dragon is sometimes easier than dealing with politics.
It's true.
Who said anything about politics?
I'd also
Well-
rather not become the menaces who punch our way through respected townships.
You lost me after you said not to punch our way.
Yeah, I know.
The level of
I know I
barbarian's
did.
going to his head.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm already banned from one city. And
Well, the thing about this is, this could spread to other towns, and we're known as heroes in places, and we don't want this to.
Well,
Taint our
it
name.
looks like the Water Baron did you a favor by just saying you're wanted for questioning. There's no list of like what if you guys have committed a crime or any like negative connotation. You just have the social cues and the knowledge of probably what she wants to talk about.
You should,
So my
you should
big
probably just go
problem
talk to her.
is that
You also
the
imagine the
water
guards are
baron-
going to arrest you on sight.
So I have one other problem. William will state this. Well, you see, if I remember correctly, the Water Baron has seen Ollie and I, but we were not saying we were Ollie and I. I believe he was being a rich noble who wanted to handle problems, and I was a god who was not named William Davis, and he was not named Ollie. So
You give your fake name. I don't think you did. All I remember was that I was Count Oberon.
I I don't remember what name I gave.
You didn't give one. You were my hired help.
Well, it's very
Interrogation. Who's to say
we
that
could-
I'm not the sponsor of David?
Hold up, you said your name was Count Oberon.
We could, yeah,
You're
he
picking
did.
up on that now, did you?
Is that okay? Is it okay that you did that?
Meta talking, we could I'm smelling what you're stepping in. We could send somebody else as a representative of Dave Matthews' hand.
I'll go.
She's already
That's-
spoken to us.
I'll go with them.
We
I-
have dirt on her, and she has dirt
I think
on
it would-
us.
I think it would be wise if Astral and Third Rock went. Or Astral and Derek. They could both explain the situation of not only what we've gone through, but have been going through.
We are
In the
making
nicest-
Well, I'll position it with you that you guys have been, in some regards, set up by the guy that lived. Do you have a case to fight that?
He killed us first. We could proposition that he killed us first, and that
He was
through-
proposing
through-
He tried to
us.
rob
He
us
was-
first, actually.
he was
No.
robbing somebody else, and then he robbed us.
Nope.
The-
He did not rob you.
That's not how
He
that
did
went
not ask
down.
you for a tax.
He told us to
You were told
leave.
to ignore the people trying to take taxes. You intervened. They told the civilian to leave. They didn't want trouble. You guys attacked them. You killed one of them. They killed one of you. You slaughtered the rest of them.
And Third Rock, in regards to you going, that new scar you're rocking at the moment.
That was meta talk. That wasn't me.
Okay, about to say, well, meta talk, the new scar you're rocking makes you look like somebody who murdered 3 people. So
Looks like you got the guillotine and survived somehow.
yeah, the low charisma modifier could bite us in the ass, is more or less.
History facts:
If
the
we're trying to
guillotines were
handle it-
super inefficient in that they took like 3 or 4 tries to get a head fully off. Just so we're aware.
That was
If we're
also
trying to
largely 'cause
handle
the
it
French
the
were
right
using them
way,
all day.
Okay,
We
okay.
could send Ollie and Derek,
Yeah.
but
I'll
also
say that Ollie has
it'd be
gotten us
best if we just
Well, what's your plan when you get in there?
What are we
exactly.
doing? We did a bad, and
We did
are
do a
trying to
bad.
Just ignore it, deny it.
I mean,
I would rather just accept the consequences of my actions, but
We should
I
do
don't
a
want to
punishment.
drag the rest of
Yeah,
the party with it.
punishment episode. Well, the
I
whole
demand
party's
I demand
involved.
trial by combat.
You need to calm down.
Samesies.
But on one level, I do agree with Astral. I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
going to jail.
Okay.
But we
That's
also
one
have
thing
to
that
clear
I'm
this
not
up before
doing.
it spreads. Because you're absolutely right. That wanted is just going to turn from like this is buying us time. We murdered those people. We did. And like whether or not they actually were town guards, it has now been splayed to make it appear as if they were legitimate town guards, with multiple witnesses attesting to us being the instigators,
Okay,
And-
so
particularly me being an instigator. Sorry, I'm just saying the only way we're actually going to get out of this, like short term, is if we just turn around and head the other direction. But if we want to just handle this shit and maybe actually have a way of like doing this, then I just go in there and I fucking admit to killing him first and instigating that, but also countering that with, but they were hassling people, and one of them was definitely a werewolf that also bit me
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the
there was a
bite mark
bear.
on me. But still, there's a bite mark on me that I can display, and
Yes.
you know,
This is also a water baron who did shady shit with us, and
We
who
might be
will
able.
take the
I was
fall
gonna
for
say
it.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So
What, like a honeypot?
No, we might just be able to look at her and be like, "Look the other way, please,"
Mhm.
without having to explain much, and just being like, "We've done a lot of work for you." The information that we hold between our two parties, this is fucking not much, and we can look at you right now and say that they were also in the wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we like did wrong bad, but they were like
If anything,
they fucked up. They and
we
they
have
hurt one of our.
we have a lot of money that we can use to maybe fucking kick this out.
And that's what I'm saying. We should just deal with it like fast fucking like interaction where you just use
Yeah.
the quick dialogue and just go, hey,
Yeah.
let me
It's-
pay you off and let's both look the other way because we fucked up, but they also were stupid. And you might want to look into your homeboy being crooked as fuck, employing outside fucking employments and hiring bandits and werewolves and shit.
Is that
'Cause that's
something
going to
you
be your
guys want to do right now?
So if
Good.
if that's something that we want to spend time doing, is also something. It sounds like a great majority of the party wants to resolve this.
Patrick saying blackmail the water baron.
If we wanted to get some level of a case on our side, this is Lane talking, not William. We do have someone in our party who does have a connection with the Zentarum in this town. The Zentarum probably already know that said guard is crooked because, he's probably on some level in their pocket. We know that he has some connection to a Kraken that we know is a problem. So, if we actually wanted to build a case against this guy to prove that he is a corrupt guard, Astral could go to the Zents to see if he could get something up for a favor. Or we go in this and try to politically talk our way out and receive a punishment. Jaden?
Wait,
I don't
Yartar's the home
think-
of the gnome shop, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that was in.
Jaden-
That was
Tribor.
Yartar.
I
Oh,
thought
that
it
was
tribal.
Yeah,
No,
Yartar
Loudwater.
is where I got the giant Slayer
Yeah.
axe, isn't it?
No,
Yartar
Yeah,
is
Tri-
where you got the axe because the Zentarum helped you. You guys found the gnome with the stone giants, and then you took him back to Loudwater.
No, the
No, I'm
no,
talking about the
bakery.
gnome muffin shop.
Oh yeah, the front for the Zentarum. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now with all that, Jaden, what is it that you think you or Ollie's wanting to do? I know you're kind of having a moment.
It's just been a lot of everyone talking over each other, and I'm just getting super overwhelmed.
Okay.
And this just feels like everyone's circling a problem that is on the outside of them. We could definitely build a case. We can definitely easily quiet it because there is stuff going on. We go in, we talk about it, we inform them of the Kraken stuff, like you were saying. I don't think it should be a whole party thing. I know she's wanting all of Dave Matthews' hand for questioning. I also know how this goes when 6 or 7 people try to do the talking all at once. Stuff goes in 4 directions, and then we don't have a focus, and we don't have the drive to get us through the situation.
So
I don't just want to default take all the negotiation stuff, but
I will personally remove William from the situation because he is a pirate and he's seen what prison does to people, and he's not down for that. And he's also a dad. So I will say William will hold back on the outskirts of town, keeping an eye out while also inscribing Bigby's hand into his spell book with what remaining papers and inks that he has. If anybody wants to stay with him, he's not fucking around and finding out in this, and telling Third Rock, if you need me, use a sending spell. I think Ollie, who does have a connection here, should take the lead. As much as I hate to say it, we do also have a Zentom connection inside the town. I'm going to back up from this one. Politics aren't my thing. High seas, baby.
I think we choose a few amount of us to represent us. Ollie, I know you've gotten us out of many situations before. I would gladly go with you. And Astral, if you want to go with us as well,
I think
that
Tacitus and I should go to Grandma's shop.
as you wish. Shall just Ollivander and I represent Dave Matthews' hand then?
I have a question, Astral, and I do not mean to pry, but this is clearly involving Zentarum matters. Do you believe that those werebears and rabble that we put down had such connections to this town in Zentharn?
If they did, we would have heard about it already.
Well, to be sure, I feel like asking around with your connections could not hurt.
But I mean, I'm absolutely positive on that because think about it. Who was just with us not too long ago fighting stone giants?
A new recruit.
If there is a problem, we would have known about it already.
Well, that is fair. I don't know. They may have been out of line, but they definitely are connected, if not to Zentharn, to this Kraken organization. Or
They're probably just working on the network. That's all it is. They're not officially with us.
well, perhaps ask around about this Kraken and see if there's been any word about. We know that Tribor has been the hub of such organization for a while, and the Aboleth is not foreign to it. I personally get frustrated in matters such as this because it feels beyond us right now. And I understand that reputation is important, and I understand greatly that words have power, and when they spread, people will stop helping us or stop accepting our help. So, this must be solved. I merely wish to. My focuses have been so directed at giants that this just feels small.
Odd.
Yeah. But consequences for actions exist no matter where or how large our mission may be. So, if you wish to take Tacitus and investigate, careful not to get apprehended by guards. I'm sure that the Zents have a good few blocks quartered out for themselves away from prying eyes. You can make it there. I'm sure you'll be fine. And why we might just allow ourselves to make our presence known and make our way there.
Exactly. Shall we do it?
Third Rock, what are your feelings on this? I want to respect your needs and where you're at right now. Perhaps with William in the fields, or you're welcome to come with if you like.
You see that like Third Rock's like kind of stumbling real quick, and he's just like has been talking, but like as far as like critical thinking and decision making is still like slow on the jump. He's just like, I'm gonna stick back with William. I guess I'll make sure that everything's okay on this front. I guess.
That's good. We don't want to leave anyone behind, or leave anyone alone.
Oscar on your shoulder nuzzles your head.
We will handle this quickly and efficiently, and put the problem out before it becomes one. Davis, before I leave, I'd say 250 gold pieces should be a hefty enough gold sum to put this behind us, yes?
Yes, but 500 just in case. And William will give you 500.
Good man.
Also, I know I've done it before, and I don't know how quickly and timely this matter will be, but you should be looking your best, and William magically makes a feather appear and tosses it over to you. You'll have advantage on charisma.
Aw.
He already has that.
Do?
Persuasion. I do.
Oh yeah,
In
but
case I need to
deception.
intimidate or
Yeah.
deceive.
And Derek, you said you're going with him?
Yeah.
I'll cast it at a higher level and toss one to you as well.
Sweet.
As two
Thank you.
feathers kind of appear flying off of Oscar and behind both of your ears.
That's cute.
All right.
I'll look over to the snake group and just look down at the astral and say, I know you still have fire pulsing in your veins. Nothing too reckless. Now's not the time. Save that for the strongholds, yes? And
So I'm just stopping by the old family home. It'll be all
That's
right.
face boosted.
very good. And I'll
You know, it's been a while since I've had a good muffin. Sorry.
I'll look up at Tacitus and just say, enjoy a chance to settle yourself for a bit. And death is not looking for you here. Don't go looking for it in return, okay?
Tacitus is gonna look down at Ollie and he's gonna go, I don't think I'm gonna die in this city. That being said, if I get in trouble here and the gold doesn't cut it, you just do that head talk thing to Astral and let me know, and I'll come handle my punishment. I deserve this one. I'll be real with you. I did this crime. So,
We are all guilty in one way or another. Alright. Let's roll.
muffin time.
So 2 groups are going in at the same time, or you guys are sending the Zens in first?
It definitely
Probably.
should be,
Staggered approach.
yeah, because the first people to go in are going to get arrested. As Terry put it, the guards are probably going to arrest the first bit of data.
Well, Ollie and Derek, you guys are gonna have to take the L on that one.
Oh yeah,
We got that,
I'm
yeah,
going to
no worries.
approach a guard. I'm going to get into my fineries. I'm going to leave my my weapons behind.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I'll do that too.
I'm going to approach a
I'm gonna
guard
hold on to this.
and just walk up to him and say, "Good day, sir. I have been heard that a request has been put out. I am a representative of a group that the Water Baron wishes to speak to, and we are coming willingly and would like to help facilitate this meeting, if at all possible."
As am I. I would be glad to meet the Water Baron.
All right. As you two approach the gate, the rest of the group kind of stays back out of eye shot and earshot. You see the guards on the wall take a moment. They almost look surprised to see you. They look over their records. They realize who they're dealing with. You hear like Dave Matthews' hand kind of whispered once or twice. The gate opens and 4 armed guards kind of make their way towards you. The one leading, you don't recognize any of them. All right, well, this is not usually how this happens, but we're under orders to take you in for questioning under the Water Baron's decree. He's eager to see you.
As you wish.
The Water Baron was a woman last you checked.
Yes.
Yes.
Did he say under his?
He
decree?
said under his decree.
Fuck.
Somebody got a promotion, and he
Or
worships a
somebody got
kraken.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Well,
Did you guys follow them into
good
the
thing we
city?
have the high charisma characters going in there then.
And it's a good thing I have my silk coil crook staff around my neck.
Alright.
Trinity's giggle just like sent an eldritch terror into my fucking headset. That was a
You need to
moment.
Fix your headset.
Yeah.
Did they leave the gate open or no?
No.
All right. I looked at Ollie and I was like, okay. We got this.
I'll just
All
quietly
right.
say new leadership or no. What I have in my back pocket influences anyone in positions of power. So
I have confidence.
So you have a few options. You could try to see if you could find another entrance. You could try to sneak in the front gate with another group of people, like wait for someone else to come in. You could technically swim into the city if you wanted to go downriver and swim into the docks and try to sneak in that way. That would put you closer to your point of interest anyway.
All the cool innocent people do that.
Legit. So do I see any guards on the up there right now?
Yeah, I mean everything is like well guarded right now. Giants attacked recently.
Does it look like any of them would know about Grandma's bakery?
How do you tell that by looking at someone? They don't.
Do any of them have shifty eyes?
It's too hard to read their vibe from up here.
Vibe check, Terry. And vibe check works over everything.
No, it's too hard. Too hard to vibe check them from way down here.
They just got
All right.
arrested. Unless you're trying to also get arrested, I'm down
feel
for a
like-
swim.
Yeah, I was about to say you feel like getting wet.
Why not?
All
Been a
right.
while.
All right.
Both of you go ahead and give me a athletics check, and then a stealth check. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I was like,
Okay.
Sean, you could always give him a hootie hoo and see who reacts. Just- if they flinch, they're down.
Give me a stealth check.
Wow.
Jesus. Didn't me.
All right. That was very close. Both of you take a moment to brave the swim into the north part of the town of Yartar. You make your way to the docks in Astral. You narrowly save Tacitus from getting spotted by a bunch of guards coming onto like a navy ship.
Oh my god.
We were this close to losing Doo.
And then you make your way to the little bakery. You make your way in. You see the little gnome woman sitting there. She's got blueberry muffins for sale. Oh, welcome in, sweetie.
Grandma. Hi, how are you?
Oh, if it isn't Yartar's favorite wanted man.
Yeah, about that. We were hoping if we could maybe get a little bit of some more details on this ordeal.
Oh, well, you can reach your hand in that cookie pot downstairs.
All right, thanks, Grandma. Tacitus, let's go.
Anytime, sweetie. And then she blocks the path and like puts her hand out.
Puts her hand out.
Yeah.
It's muffin time.
She, wait, she puts her hand out, or does she like come
It's
in for a hug?
she wants gold. She wants you to buy some muffins.
I'm
God damn it.
definitely gonna kick her down
I'll
immediately for muffins.
I'll take four normal muffins, and can I get two of the special ones?
Ooh, back for more, are we? They always come back for Grandma's muffins.
I like to think Tacitus pays for this because, like, before they left, he looked the fuck out of William because he knew he was gonna buy some muffins. So coming out of
Drug
the-
muffins, drug muffins. Give me some
So,
of them. Opium
how
I'll
much
give
for
her all
muffins.
of my money.
How much
How
money
much
is
Giving
that?
her. I'm gonna give her everything in my pocket.
How much is that?
I'm
How
gonna
much did
check
you wanna
right now.
take from
He
William?
doesn't.
Dakota
He doesn't.
Dakota
He doesn't
says it.
how much is that? He doesn't count. It's 1,000 gold.
It's
Dakota says
it's
it,
18 gold.
Okay.
but that's a
Oh.
lot of muffins. That's a lot of muffins.
I just want what Astral ordered.
Your
but
mother
I'm
raised a
giving
good tipper there.
it. Yes, she.
Come on downstairs. We're under new management.
Tacitus has no idea what tipping is. He just knows that mama ain't raised no bitch.
As you make your way down into the seedy underbelly of Yartar, you kind of make your way around, making your usual routes. Some people are kind of staring at you. Both of you are kind of catching looks. Nobody approaches the talk. And as you kind of make your way back to like what would be the boss's room, you see like the boss's like old right hand kind of looks at you, goes, "Hi, Astral.
I
Been a minute since you've been through. We're under new management, you could say. New boss's name is
Well.
Reed. You treat him just as much respect as the last one, and maybe he'll honor any deals he made before."
well, we have no further deals, but we cut. Last time I spoke with the old boss, we were basically even. He did me
He
a
just kind of
favor.
looks
I
over
did
to
him one
Tacitus
as well.
and like looks at the axe. He goes, "I just don't get on this new guy's bad side," or he might say that deal's null and void because he didn't make it with him.
Because he didn't what? You cut off.
Didn't make it with him.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and
New
stop
guy's
you
the
right
Baron.
there. We didn't matter if I didn't make it with him or not. The deal was done.
Well, I'm just saying to stay on his good side, man. He outranks us.
Nah.
He likes to throw that around.
I just need to know what is the new order of things here. So much has changed. Why are we wanted right now?
You stuck your hand in the wrong cookie jar, my friend. He kind of opens the door and ushers you in.
Way in hell that this specific sect of Zents aren't made fun of during Zentara meetings. Fucking cookie jar dudes, really?
What happened?
All right. You make your way in. You see a kind of burly-looking, probably 5'4", but like super stocky human dude with like just a massive compensating beard. He's wearing a hat, but you can tell his hairline is receding.
Oh no.
Please be nice
And he's just
to
kind of
him.
sitting there with like a gold goblet and like a whole turkey in front of him, just like eating a whole turkey by himself. Just like real slimy. His name is Reed. He kind of looks in. He sees Tacitus, and then he has to look over his turkey to see Astral. He goes, "They didn't tell me we were having a. Oh, you must be this Astral they keep telling me about."
Yes, I am the Astral that they keep telling you about, friend.
Grab a seat. And he kind of positions to the two seats in front of him.
Sit down.
As you both
Astra's
grab
gonna
a seat,
Stand in a seat.
you look over the turkey. He puts his hand out. There's a massive gold ring on one of his fingers.
Kiss the Don's ring.
What?
You gotta kiss the Don's ring.
He holds his hand out to both of you. He's got a big old golden ring on his finger.
You come here. Let me play my cookie eater.
You both just don't do or say anything about that.
This is gonna be a fucking problem. That is just so disrespectful, friend.
Do it.
Third Rock, we're gonna.
Third Rock.
I know. I'm telling you, there's gonna be 2 jailbreaks that you and I are gonna have to do.
You say out loud that's disrespectful, or was that Sean?
I don't
saying
say that in real.
Was that Sean saying that's disrespectful, or was that Astral saying that?
That was Sean, but Astral's definitely feeling it. Astral's just gonna look at him with a questioning eyebrow.
I don't know if you know this, but it's customary to kiss the ring of those you work for when they present it. You grow up out in the woods or something.
Last I checked, I work for Dave Matthews.
And I don't work for you.
I'm more along the lines of an emissary.
Kind of sits up in his chair at that line. Oh, is that so?
You cut out, Terry.
He kind of sits up in his chair. He like puffs his chest to try to seem big. Oh, is that so? You don't work for me.
I don't work for you. I actually work for Halia.
Right, bitch and fandolin.
It's your mother with that tongue.
Be hard to do that. I had to kill my mother.
Oh.
Been there.
That is not how you're gonna relate to this guy.
He puts the hand down. He goes, "We'll get one thing straight right now. You do work for me, as long as you work for the Zentarum. If you don't want to work for the Zentarum, don't worry. We'll see your way out of it."
I don't remember ever signing on to the Zentarum.
Does the hired help always talk?
Most times. It just seems to get me into trouble, though.
Well, you're getting in trouble right now, so I'd zip it.
We'll see how it plays out.
God, this is about to get fucking messy.
Right, well, you've come all the way here to ruin my dinner. What can I do for you?
Honestly, I just want to apologize for ruining your dinner.
You came here to ruin my dinner, to apologize to ruining my dinner.
Well, at this point, I don't really know if you can do anything for us.
That's a pretty big strike.
You know, they told me I probably wouldn't like you.
We get that a lot.
I tend to get shit done when it needs to get done.
I think they were wrong. I see myself in you. You're a real go-getter like me.
Oh, Ash was so fucking angry right now. Ash was so fucking angry, yo.
Takes a real ambition to climb the ladder in this world. And maybe someday when you're a bit older and a lot taller, you'll make your way up the ladder. But for right now, you're a few rungs down, my friend, so act like it. What brought you in here for my dinner?
Oh, nothing.
Do you strike him?
Yeah, Astro. After he says a little bit taller, Astro reaches across the fucking table. Yeah, go ahead. You strike him. Crack. He spits a tooth out, and then instantly you hear like the strings of like 7 or 8 crossbows just.
Why I bring my weapons to talk with nobles. This is why.
Now we're gonna get one thing straight. I don't insult you. You don't insult me. Fair?
You've got spunk, kid. I like it. Oh, you'll pay for that at some point, though. I hope you know.
I don't think I will.
We both like to think things, don't we? He
So this is how we.
for his
This is
men
how
to put
this,
the crossbows
this is,
down
this is,
for now.
This is how we're gonna treat family now, is it? All right.
Even
Okay.
family has to show respect.
Respect is earned.
What have you done to earn it?
I've done enough, and I don't know you.
Well, you should get to know me. Now I'm gonna ask you again. Why'd you come in here to ruin my dinner? Surely you had something in mind.
What does the Water Baron want with Dave Matthews' hand?
He wants you dead.
Oh. You're going in there, Jay, with a death wish.
Good thing you can smite with your fists.
True. True,
What,
true.
here? Word doesn't get around for you down at the bottom of the Zens, huh? Well, maybe if you were paying attention, you listened, you had some power in the organization, you'd know the Water Baron got taken out, replaced by a real up-and-comer. He worked as a guard for a while, now he's running the whole show. Rumor has it, you killed some of his men. He's real upset about it.
Terry, you're cutting off for me. Kind of bad.
Yeah, you do sound kind of fishbowl.
Well, maybe if you'd been paying attention or doing anything for the Black Network, except for just asking us to do stuff for money, you'd have known the Water Baron, bless her soul's out of the picture now. Real up-and-comer came and took her place. Used to be a city guard. Rumor has it, group of adventurers, maybe a Dave Matthews hand, came through town and slaughtered some of his men. He's not too happy about it.
Astro kind of peeling back his cloak a little bit to show the scar of the mace wound that he received. Yeah, his men effectively put me out of commission before.
Oh, he's real
And
power
kind of
hungry.
glancing
not.
over at Tacitus before he, murdered the rest of them.
Oh, he's real power hungry, and he's just got more and more greed to grow his position in the city. You'll be happy to know, as he rubs blood from his face. They wanted to spread word that you were a lot of murderers across all the Sword Coast. Me and my men, seeing as you were part of our organization, stopped that rumor from spreading. Don't know if I should have done that now. Oh, but that's all right and dandy. You know, the bitch and Fandolin only sold you out. Took the money and ran. Oh, you didn't know that either?
Interesting.
Just, hmm.
Very Geralt of Rivia of you.
Fuck.
Mic problems, but just for flavor's sake, Tacitus has just kind of been droning in and out of what's happening. He's kind of fucked up. He's eating a muffin. He's ready to slaughter this guy on Astral's move, but
You should make that motherfucker roll on the D100 to make sure it's not a fucking intoxicant muffin. Because there's very small chance that Tacitus may have had grabbed one of the opium muffins.
I would like to invoke the art of lie detection.
Hey, go ahead and give me a vibe check. 23?
Ooh.
Damn, you're really upset that he's got a good vibe right now.
That's interesting though, because that means they did a lot for you without saying it.
But they also, one of them fucked him.
Exactly.
God damn it.
Oh, you want the whole story?
I just want to know how we handle it.
I guess I do owe you then, huh?
Oh, so you do want the rest of that story then?
Yeah, I do. Because I'm afraid I'm gonna have to add somebody to a shit list.
See, he stands up, he like walks around the table, he takes a drink off of his wine goblet. I'm afraid you'll have to earn the rest of the story, and he dumps the wine goblet on your head. Just covers you in wine.
Please, God. Please,
Oh
fucking
my god.
Why have we sent them?
Harry,
Why
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to roll for initiative. I'm no.
It's about
No.
8 armed men in here.
That's fine.
It's about pride. It's about power.
Yeah, that is fine.
Power.
I'm gonna glance over to Tacitus and say Buttercup.
You know, I had warned you both that if you tried to fuck around, you would find out at half health, so here we go.
At half health,
You guys haven't actually gone through the time needed for a long rest. I just said I didn't plan any combat encounters. You could take one if you want to.
What?
Oh, I thought we could have slept on the ship. That
It was
my
an 8-hour flight.
Yeah, sleep for
You
8 hours.
woke up and fought Venom Fang. It hasn't been 24 hours to even take a long rest.
Well, I was under the
You told
impression
us
that
to
we
go
wouldn't.
ahead and take your long rest.
I said, yeah,
You
I don't have any. I said, I don't have
You
any
said-
combat planned for this day. Take a long
No.
rest, but do note, if you fuck around, I will half health you and you will find
That
out.
was that was post.
Same
Alright.
day.
That was post you saying take a long rest. You guys have long rested.
No,
I
I
think
You-
we,
you
I think we are
explicitly said-
confused because we were
What's
led
hap-
to believe that
122.
we had a night in between.
no.
What's half of 122?
61.
Let's party.
It's party. Oh
And
god.
we even said that fucking Oscar slept with Third Rock. That
You
We
only
had a
get
full thing.
one long rest per 24 hours, though. You guys could have slept on the way here. You didn't get a long rest.
Tell that to my real life sleep schedule, motherfucker.
and both of them. Well, I had the very.
You could have
least
taken a
know-
short rest.
I'm gonna be big sad if we look through the VOD, Terry, and this was like kind of bass backwards, and you did give us a long rest.
Oh, you guys flew
Because
straight
I'm
here
pretty
from
sure you gave us a
Evermorse.
long rest. I'm pretty sure you gave us a long rest.
I said you guys flew from Evermorse to here and it took 10 hours. There was no long rest in between.
I feel like we were all under the impression that we were taking time outside of travel time,
Long
and
rest.
I feel like if we were gonna click the long rest button, we would have. A man died. We were all low. We were all exhausted. Derek had an exhaustion level that only goes away with a long rest. I doubt we would have gone anywhere or done anything, especially with all the time we set out about people sleeping, about people doing stuff. I feel like this is such a big reaction from all of us because we were all very much in the assumption that we had taken that time.
The long rest was stated. Like,
Like I would have. I know that it wasn't an advisable thing, but I thought we were long resting in the cave. So if we weren't doing that, we were definitely doing it on the airship.
I'll end it now. I'll say retroactively, you guys took more time. That's not what I said happened. I stated directly that if you guys wanted to do anything, you'd be half health because you hadn't been 24 hours. I'm just going to put an end to the conversation. You guys are long rested. You're surrounded by assassins and thugs. I mean, do you want to do a chase sequence or do you want to fight until you both get knocked unconscious? Because you're not getting out of there victorious. I'm sorry. You got a whole crime dem to fight through, and then there's gonna be city guards on the streets.
Look, Sean does get to be a part of the less good one shot.
You know, and it sucks because if we do a chase sequence, technically I can leave Tacitus in the dirt, which
You
I don't want to do.
You should.
Follow your pride and just drink some of that wine that's spilt on your head.
So Sean, you did say roll for initiative, and that all that means is that you're going into 6-second rounds. So what would Sean have done? What would Astral would have done in that?
You said Buttercup, bud.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
if there was ever a time for an RP map, it would be now.
I don't have a bad one.
Just for role playing sake.
We're going to jail, boys.
You're not going to jail.
You got a random town map.
In the harbor.
That
The
is
boys
lowest
go to
initiative
jail.
I've rolled in weeks.
Just the intro to Always Sunny rolls in. We can't even do it.
This roll again since he has advantage. Or did you finally get that figured out?
Honestly, if it's over 15, I don't bother asking. Feels fair.
Like prep up that song you.
Dude, it's gonna be good. It's a quick song too. Fuck. Well.
Terry, just let me know when the actual initiative starts. I have a song request.
Oh, fuck. Evil mage token. Evil mage token.
Fucking Christ, Sean.
Yeah.
He does have a fucking wannabe beard.
See, I can't go to port last, but now you'll never be able to go back to Yartar. Guess you're joining the Harpers now, huh?
I was in the Harpers before you, pleb.
I'm just saying, I guess you decided on whose side you're taking.
We just blew the sting is the problem.
it's
That's a
gonna
lot
be
of problems
alright.
on
It'll
that
be
board.
alright, 'cause that's just life.
In a brief moment, like
We're gonna cast a spell. Tacitus, you know what?
Hi, buddy.
What's your favorite wisdom saving throw?
Wait a second.
Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, my friend. 14. Hey, man. I got bad news. That's not gonna do it.
Hero. Let me use my hero right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
D4.
Yeah. No, D6. You know what? That'll do. Go make another one.
I knew it. I'm not gonna make one.
You watch the first mage goes. None of you know anything about magic, so you got no clue what they're doing. You can tell it's magic, and like you feel like this this force hit like the back of your head. And you shake it off. The next one, you just eyes roll back in your head.
Oh fuck.
The mage on the right, you see it's this this elvish woman just kind of like points towards Astral. Go ahead and restrain your friend for me. You are dominated, so go ahead and restrain your friend for me.
Okay.
I thought you were fighting everybody with Tacitus' help in here, Astral.
Okay.
What? Athletics check?
Yeah, you're trying to grapple, so make a contested athletics or acrobatics, Astral.
I would recommend to anybody to please turn up your music if it's slow.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, he grapples Astral.
It's a request from the Grim.
You better get the fuck out of me. How do I break it, Terry?
At the
I
end of your
don't,
turn, you can
do
make
I?
another wisdom save. Oh, hold
Oh,
on. Let me
this
make
is
sure that's true.
bad.
Each time the target takes... Nope. Don't do anything.
All right.
You're just dominated. You see this dude walks up, kind of slips a blade, like you're being grappled by an orc now. You see Reed still just like got the cup spilling wine on you. Told you to pay for that. And then you just feel a blade strike out towards your side.
Oh fuck.
It's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. It has an advantage on attack rolls against a creature that hasn't taken a turn yet, so it's not a natural 1. It's a 23. It's an assassin. Make a con save.
Oh no.
That's okay.
Woo!
So you take half of that.
19 plus 1.
So you take 16 poison damage.
Oh my fucking god. We're fucked, Sean. Hey, but emissaries.
And then you take 17 piercing damage.
That's a lot of damage. Oh, they're
gonna get
grouping
that
up on the
half health
same
one way or
turn. God
another.
damn it.
He's gonna get it one
I'll
way.
give you the benefit of the doubt here. He would have gone before this guy, so... he's also going to stab you. You know what? Why stab when shoot can do?
Change it, Lane.
I'm changing it now.
That's a natural 20, Sean.
Oh.
Make a
My
con
God.
save. You take half of that, so that's, what is that, 11? 11 poison damage.
I have not updated my token yet. I just want this damage to. I just want it to be my fucking turn already. So I take 19 on the first one and 9
So it's
and
23
11.
divided by 2 is 11, plus 38, plus 9, plus... You take 65 piercing damage.
Oh my fucking god.
You're down, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
You got down in the first.
All right. As the other thugs just kind of like prepare for what comes, Tacitus, you're given a command to drop all your weapons.
I draw my weapons.
You drop all of them. That's essentially ends initiative. One of them quickly walks over and stabilizes Astral. They ask you to drop all your weapons. You are bound and tied up as the spell comes to an end after about a minute.
Consequences.
Let's see, that spell lasts up to a minute. So you come back to your senses. All your weapons are nowhere to be seen. You don't have your shield. You're tied up on the ground. You see Astral's just like sitting there dazed. He's unconscious. His wounds have been like dressed. And you see the this dude Reed is just like sitting on the table now, just munching on a turkey leg. You hungry?
Wait, is he looking at me asking if
Yeah.
I'm hungry? I'm gonna nod, yeah.
Tosses the plate of turkey on the ground next to you.
All right. I know he's trying to be demeaning, but I kind of really want that turkey leg, so...
Just like a hungry dog, you just start mowing down on a whole turkey on the floor.
You're gonna be like, you're like, well, that insult didn't work.
And then I'm gonna look up and be like, well... this is a predicament.
Oh, you don't say.
No, I do.
Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and saying he didn't know that we were under new management. He needs to watch his tone. Maybe you'll help him watch it.
Do. No, you don't say. No, I do. Is arguably one of the most slept on jokes we've ever fucking said.
That
in
was
this
so
campaign.
funny.
I'm just gonna...
Yeah, don't say. No, I do. I do. I do say it.
Oh,
Oh, shit. That's so
I-
fucking good.
I didn't quite hear what you last said, Terry.
Oh my gosh, he's just he looks down at Astro, he looks up at you, he goes, well, you've caught me in a good mood. Don't feel like killing the two of you. That being said, what's happened happened. Needs to be some ramification for that, wouldn't you say?
I mean, I didn't do nothing. You did kind of pour wine on his head, which, like, to be fair, would out.
He just
if you
kind of
had
like
done that to
shows
me-
you the missing tooth. Where Astral
We all
struck
been
him.
there.
We know.
I
a
know
guy.
an excellent dentist. I'm gonna just say that like that. I know an excellent dentist.
I know the
Fuck
best
you.
dentist in Faerun.
Fuck you. Fuck
What's
you both.
Maybe it's
Fuck
the
you
same guy.
Fuck
Charles
you
but
both.
Nolan?
that be
Fuck you both.
Oh.
Fuck you both.
You're
Right, in the-
fired.
right in the mouth. Right in the
But
mouth.
just sitting there, bound and gagged. I'm gonna or bound but not gagged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't think you're a spellcaster, so you got your mouth.
All right, good. Well, seeing as I'm in this predicament and being in a good mood as I am, I would say it'd probably be in both of our best interests to end this with me walking out of here with my monk and my weapons. As for repercussions, he's gonna go down for another bite on the turkey leg and just kind of chew for a second. I'm sure you've got plenty of ideas in mind.
God
Wow.
damn.
Much like
Dakota,
your
this
friend
is
here.
fucking. I'm so impressed.
Much like your friend here, I'm a big thinker. Like to think things
Can't-
through. Well, maybe he doesn't like to think things through, seeing as he seems a little quick to act. Now, luckily, like I said, I stopped them bad rumors from getting out about you lot. World needs a little group of heroes, helping them out, making them feel nice and toasty in their beds with their thick blankets.
You do try.
I'm sure you do. That's why you leave a trail of bodies everywhere you go.
As any good hero group does.
Look
Preaching
how
to the,
completely honest he's being.
preaching to the choir, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a new contender in town. Doesn't play by the rules that we play. Calls
Oh.
off to some other group you lot meddled with. Well, know you were the Kraken Society.
I I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have heard it a few times, but I don't know anything about the Kraken Society. I watched a dude just fucking absolutely lose it after he said the word Kraken once. That shit was pretty crazy. But
Oh, well.
I don't know. We've been meddling with a lot of shit right now. It's been a very
Bunch of squid
very
loving
busy
bastards
week.
think they can just come in and take all the land that belongs to us.
well.
Nah.
Fuck him then.
Well, slowly but surely, he's the fucking water baron now. It's kind of difficult. But you're lucky I'm in a caring mood. Helping you helps me fuck in. So I'm gonna help you.
I like.
But he
But.
fucked me. Looks over at Astral.
Well, he.
So I gotta fuck
Astral
you a
kinda-
little bit.
Astral kind of spits in his sleep.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at him straight up and be like, he knocked your tooth out.
He disrespected me.
I
in
would
my
be
house.
not to be further disrespectful, but I do believe that there was a mutual disrespect, and in my full honesty, I think that it was fair on both sides.
He kind of walks over to where you're laying down. He gets down on one knee, gets real kind of close, and he just puts his hand right in front of your face with that big golden ring.
I'm
Teach
gonna
Go ahead.
wait. What? Go ahead.
He's all like, let's start over. Be respectful to each other.
Are you telling me that this will get my monk out of here, and me and my weapons out of here?
I'm telling you, it definitely won't if you don't.
Tell you what. Let's make this real respectful, and shake hands like men about it.
Oh, I couldn't take you in a scrap. I don't trust you.
I'm not trying to scrap. You know, if I was trying to scrap.
The ring gets like closer to your face. I'm not trying to shake hands. Trying to get me fucking point across.
Throwing a little bit of gravy for this turkey leg.
Oh, I see how it is. He stands up
I'll
and
give
kind
it a
of
kiss.
walks over. You kiss the ring?
If he's giving me some gravy with the turkey leg, yeah.
No, he's not walking towards the table.
Is he gonna take my turkey from me?
Do you kiss the ring or no as he stands up?
Please kiss them.
Yeah, I'll kiss it. That was the intent.
You were very close to making a bad decision there, my friend.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
You get to make a very important decision right here, right now.
Terrible at those.
Your friend fucked me. I gotta fuck your friend. How do I do it?
With your dick.
Oh my
Well,
god. Shut up.
He took your tooth, you take his.
That's one option.
Oh, we've always done it.
Maybe I
Oh.
run a few examples by you. You see, teeth are good standing, but oh wow, you lot carry some pretty nice equipment with you. I think the one you're fond of, well, that was our doing, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it's got my name on it.
Ah, well. I'll let you pick then. We're gonna take something from him, and I won't tell you what it is. You can use your imagination. Or we'll take that from you. And then I'll help get your friends that just arrived in prison. Oh, they're about to be executed. They don't know that then.
Oh shit.
Why does it
I'll
always
help
come down
you.
with people wanting
I'll
my
help
ex?
this one. Kind of looks down at Astral. And I'll help your friends in prison.
All for one axe, huh?
Or whatever I take from him.
This really, really unsettling stillness just comes over the whole room. It's just a feeling of like dark dark purple on the back of your skull. Or like that feeling when you just turned off the light as a kid. And the whole, like, you just rush back to the fucking room. Because of that little ghost right there. What's the chances of me ever getting it back?
Not better if you start kissing rings.
Listen to me. I'll give this to you now, but I'm dying with that axe in my hand one day. I will be back for it. And he's gonna just huck it.
You don't have it. You're tied up.
Mentally, he's hucking it.
You mentally toss the axe away.
I feel like mentally you've won this encounter and there's dead bodies everywhere, but
I disagree with...
Tacitus, you beautiful.
All right.
Apple.
You see Reed walks over to Astral's unconscious body. He kind of like picks him up by the hair, takes his right hand with the ring, and just presses the ring to Astral's lips before dropping him back to the ground. All right, well. What are we waiting for? We've made a deal. Let the gentleman up. They cut your binds and let you stand again. I do believe your friend had a bad fall. You might want to get him out of here. Don't worry, you'll find your equipment up in the shop. Well, all but one thing, of course.
Yeah, I've already removed it from my mental.
Well,
I'm
you're a
gonna
better friend
pick
than
up-
most. I can't say a lot would give up something for a friend, especially when it's that sentiment.
Yeah, he got it for me. It's only fair I give it up for him. He's a good little monk, despite his well, I guess I could say imprinted rage, but here we are.
Sean looks so mad in his chair right now. Hi, Sean.
I'm gonna pick up Astral, and I'm gonna head upstairs looking for my muffins and my battle brew.
I need a fucking drink.
All right. Well.
Can I say that this has honestly been one of my favorite episodes?
As we cut forward a little bit of time shenanigans here, Third Rock and William, what are you guys doing outside the wall?
I've been thinking about this. William's completely oblivious to that unless he feels his spell concentration end. Is obviously
over an hour.
Yeah, over an hour. Okay. Is obviously going to notice that Third Rock is kind of in a state, which is kind of one of the reasons why he wanted to hang back. So, kind of putting away his spell book and the scroll from Victory's hand for a moment, is going to go through his other belongings and see something that he has not used in a very long time: cooking ingredients for rations and whatnot. He's going to sigh and go, "Okay, it's only been 12 years since you cooked for yourself. You got this. You got this." And I'm going to attempt to forage some ingredients from the forest and using my own rations attempt to make something for Third Rock to eat.
Yeah, make it just a general D20 check.
Will do. Or just a general.
Flat roll.
Yeah.
Oh no!
William,
the dice tell stories.
William, you're pretty happy with this. You follow the ingredients. You're pretty sure you got the right mushrooms.
He picked a recipe that his wife Mary made for him all the time, and he's like, she'd come back if I made this for her.
Walk up to Third Rock, dish in
no.
hand. Third Rock, give me a perception check. Dalton, you there?
Yeah, I was giggling.
19.
It's pretty poisonous, ain't it?
William looks really happy that he's given this to you. But you can tell there's gonna be some consequences if you eat this.
Before you say anything, William walking up with 2 bowls because he also intends on eating this scrumptious meal.
Oh,
Look, what you went through is a shit thing. I don't know if I'll necessarily say the conversation we had afterwards helped, but I'm willing to talk. And if I remember correctly, you made something for me, and well, my wife made me this a lot when I was on down days, and it'd make me really happy if you would share it with me.
that's
With
so
my
funny.
okay, listen to how this is gonna twist real quick. With my perception check, Third Rock's gonna look at it real quick and smell it and poke at it and go, I'm sure it'll be delicious.
Weirdly enough, it smells fine. It passes the test.
Yeah, Third Rock's gonna lift the pot off of his head and just go, I don't think you cooked it for long enough. Put it back into this and then cook it for 10 and
William
then cook
looks down at it. Trust, I cooked it for a very long time.
No, and please trust me. If you put it for 10 more minutes in this, I think it'll be a lot better. And he's gonna hand the Battle Chef Splendid saucepan to William, and suggest that he boils it in that for 10 minutes.
You want me to cook my cook? Look. The food's not really all that important, and he hands you the dish, and he sits down.
Oh no!
It's more of the talk. What did you say? You asked me along the lines of, I died, and how did it feel? So,
See, like
I don't
William
know.
puts his bowl down next to him, and like he's focused on talking. You see Third Rock. You just see this little like bird flies next to William, like eats some of his food and flies away, and about like 40 feet away, just drops dead.
Third Rock
And it's
grabs,
just,
Third Rock
I'm just,
grabs his soup and in hopes that we're gonna be talking for longer than 10 minutes, pours it in his saucepan and then just covers it with the lid so that it starts boiling.
Oh my
you're gonna
god.
do that right in front of William when he's trying to have a heart to heart.
I'll sleight of hand it if you want me to.
Go ahead, sleight of hand. You have advantage on your perception, Lane. What's your passive? I'll have it right here.
My passive is 17.
So it's +5 for advantage. So, well, 6 doesn't cut it.
He sees that, puts his hand on the pot, lowers it down. Look, I'm trying to talk to you for a moment. This is fucking hard.
It'll take 10
This
minutes.
is fucking hard for me. I'm not good at this. Can I just have your focus for a moment, okay?
I put down the pot.
It's just, look, I know it wasn't fun. I know it wasn't fun for me, and there's a lot of memories. So, what were you? I don't know. I'm trying to be you right now. What were you thinking in that moment? You see William like fork start to go down towards his food almost in slow motion as he's about to kill himself.
I can fix it. I'll fix it later if it's a problem. I don't want to interrupt it right now. Third Rock's just gonna kind of like stop with all of like the immediate worry that he knows this soup is fucking fatal, and then just and kind of look at him and like muffle and kind of like just scuttle because Third Rock hasn't said much. He said a little bit to Astral in silent speech, but like hasn't said much, and he's gonna go, well, what it was like for you was nothing what it was like for me. That being said, what it was like for you and what it was like for Astral, and then the similarities between all of us, none of them ever were similar. So I guess the point I have to ask myself is, if death is revolving around the purpose of life, which is something that I've always practiced, then my death was caused by the gods. And it is not the purpose of all or one god to send me to my grave, but I know that it was not the will of most of the gods that I seek wisdom from. It was one cruel,
dark, twisted god, and my vessel feels dirty. And I seek to avenge that. I'm not sure if you feel the same way. I don't mean to put faith in different beings, although I do sometimes wish to seek a more wisdom-sought path between most people. But
I found when it happened to me, I thought of what I was losing, like this meal that I've made. I knew that my wife would never make it for me again. My daughter wouldn't be seen. The room I share with my wife would be gone. Those hurt, but they gave me purpose. I would recommend thinking on those. Now let's dig in. And William grabs his.
No,
But as he grabs it, you hear to your side as Oscar has pulled the ultimate bro move and has eaten your dish. And William sees him, throws his dish down, and goes, Oscar, bad. He flies away and out of sight fucking perishes. And Oscar is now dead for the day.
Third Rock's just gonna look at him and go, everything that just happened is gonna look at him and go, you know, I think you could learn something from Oscar. And he's gonna look up and just, he did what he did knowing that death was temporary.
You look up in the clouds and you see like an owl-shaped cloud with a halo.
He did what he did knowing death was temporary. That being said, I think it was all unspoken of all of us that every death that's happened thus far has been repairable, and that my death may have been the first irreparable. We've been up Schitt's Creek. We've known what it's been like to be out of resources to revive someone, and done it multiple times. I feel this loss may have been the most monumental at this point in our advances in this adventuring journey. And something that you seem to have acknowledged, and I appreciate it's the reason why I'm talking so much with you, William, right now. We haven't talked this much since we disagreed, so...
Yes,
The point...
It's good to share, as he picks up the remaining dish and gestures toward you.
Seriously, boil. I'll just open up the pot that's been boiling mine for the amount of conversation. I'll just say, add it to it. I swear. In 10
yours
minutes,
is gone. Oscar ate yours and then died.
I explicitly said I put mine in the pot and then said.
I know he got to the pot and ate it so that you wouldn't die from eating it. That's what happened to Oscar.
If he would have waited 10 minutes, it would have been edible for everyone.
But he didn't.
All right. As you guys are having your lovely little dinner, two city guards come. One of them is escorting Tacitus. One of them has like a slumped over unconscious Astral on his shoulder. It's been about an hour and a half since they left, and as Tacitus kind of walks back to the group, the guards like put Astral down, kind of nod, and then walk back to the wall.
Do we see him?
Yeah, they brought Tacitus and Astral back to you guys.
Oh.
Astral's unconscious.
Oh, fuck. What the hell happened?
Third Rock's immediately, without saying a word to anyone, is going to walk up to Astral and cast a... Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for the first time. His max level healing spell, which is going to be a 5th level Cure Wounds, which is going to cure for the max 5d8 plus 4.
Ooh.
I'll roll that right now.
You don't have to roll. It's 40 plus 4, so 44 damage.
Oh.
44 healing, not 44 damage.
Wait, Richard, how the fuck was anything that you did my fault?
I was like, oh, I didn't.
It wouldn't have been if the wizard didn't need to go buy things.
Astral, you shoot awake fucking mad as hell, bro, and there's just a field around you.
And just gonna look up at Third Rock, and I'm just gonna like with very soft.
Third Rock?
Yeah, it's-
Welcome to the club, friend. You look up at Tacitus.
I'm the one that healed him.
You said you look up at Third Rock, and you're Third Rock.
Astral looks up at Third Rock. Who
Okay,
just healed
Lane,
him.
you misheard it then.
My bad.
Okay,
Astral is very fucking angry.
I'm gonna look at him and just give him like big, like. I'm gonna basically usher him away from Yartar because I don't know what happened, but you two went in there and one of you went down, and it was just like, we don't need this right now. Like, just if you guys made it out, we'll deal with the repercussions. Like very silently, like just ushering you away.
Where's Derek and Ollie?
Good question.
I'm not leaving without the other two.
As
What the hell?
you come to your senses, Astral, all your worldly possessions are present and accounted for. +1, minus your coin purse.
Motherfucker.
How much money did you have on you?
Oh no. He took it anyway.
He was gonna take something else. He took the money regardless.
I had 695 gold pieces.
Oh, that's a lot. Oh,
You got no money.
Yikes.
There is a letter in your bag.
All right. What does the letter say?
There are many eyes from many different creatures in the order. And then it says that Kami is alive and well.
Says what?
Kami is alive and well.
Well, that's good news, I guess.
News. What the fuck happened?
Tells you that Halia Thornton was working with somebody named Akura.
Named what?
Akura.
Akira?
That's the Oni.
That is the name of the Oni. So now you've learned that the Oni was in the Zentarum. Or at least pretending to be somebody in the Zentarum.
Really?
So when you put together a story now that most likely when he found out that you put a hit on Venom Fang,
Terry, you're cutting out mad bad.
You're also rocking back and forth away from your mic.
so now you get to put this kind of mental story together where Akira, the Oni, was probably impersonating somebody.
Oni one or Oni two?
Oni 2.
22.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Joined the Zentarum, probably to find information about you guys. Figured out that you put a hit on Venom Fang. And then they fabricated a little situation to get you guys to come to their lair.
So that whole thing was just the Zentarum setup.
You were betrayed by Halia. He pretty much warned you to just be careful of the eyes in the Zentarum and be careful who you trust. And then he took all of your money.
That's fair.
I'm never coming back to this fucking city again.
At least it wasn't an arm.
What the
One-star
fuck
Yelp review.
All right, an hour and a half has passed since that happened. It's been an hour and a half.
Astro kind
for-
of balls up the letter and throws it at William and walks off.
Derek, Ollie, you both were escorted by guards. You left all your equipment away, so luckily you weren't robbed.
Yeah, I did. I was wearing my plate armor, but I left all my weapons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Physical weapons, and I had my silk coil crook rope around my neck.
They'll leave you dressed for now. They're not going to take your armor. So, as about an
Okay.
hour passes of you guys are put into a cell that you're told to wait here. An hour and a half passes. 2 hours pass. You haven't seen or heard from anyone.
Are we in the same cell or two different cells?
You guys are in 2 cells right next to each other.
Okay.
I'll whisper out, and I'll just say, do you remember the first time we faced that aboleth? Do you remember how it presented itself? Presented itself as a sorcerer, a humanoid.
Yeah.
To establish power. Just things to be meddling on. We have no idea who this new Water Baron is. We have no idea what he could want. You know, by the amount of time we've been in this cell, something tells me that this may not be as small as I felt it was.
That Aboleth did get away.
I imagine it wouldn't be too friendly on our return. But who knows? We pissed off some people who seemed to be a part of something bigger. I thought it might have been Zentarum, but given the fact that we're still here and we haven't heard anything from the angry lads, something tells me this is deeper.
True.
Both of you hear something fall into your cell from the windows.
Into our cell?
Mhm.
Like above us?
Andre
Like-
Sora shit?
Something fell from your window into your cell.
Oh. Okay.
Undead prison key.
It is a piece of cloth wrapping around something.
Okay.
Curious?
And both of you have one.
Okay. I'll unwrap it.
You unwrap. It's a square piece of parchment. It's just thick leather, and the inside is an insignia of the Zentarum.
I'll unwrap it as well. I'm assuming the same thing.
Jay, you begin to hear the hiss of gas filling.
What did I keep this damn color on for? I'll whip the thing away from me.
No, it's not. It's not putting out gas. You hear gas in the distance.
In like a distant chamber?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought. So it is the same marking that Derek got?
Yeah, I mean, you guys both like look up through like your part of the cells where you can see you both got a marking from the Zentarum, and you both got like a large piece of cloth. And now you hear like gas is filling a chamber a few cells away.
You may want to wrap your face with that cloth.
You hear some like protest off in the distance, like, "Hey, what's going? What's the fucking gas?" And then you just hear like bodies, people falling unconscious. Guards come to their cells, try to figure out what's happening. You hear like bedlam and mayhem kind of breaks out as you see two guards kind of come to your cell. They're like doing their best to cover their face. They go, "What's going on?" And then one of the guards just gets stabbed in the back of the neck. As like coming around a corner, you see this just like cloaked figure grabs the key, puts the body down, unlocks the doors. Get the fuck out of the city.
Give him a thumbs up and go.
You just see a full-on prison break. You see people like wearing Zentarum symbols like blatantly just to prove that it's them doing this. They're just like starting a gang war against this prison right now.
Yeah.
See what? Was that Molotov lit the whole time?
Yeah, exactly. He's lit the whole time.
The whole time, kiddo.
The whole time.
All right.
Oh my
As you guys
God.
get your way out, you see it's like obviously there's like panic and like fight right now. You see like the hand of Yartar is fighting against like these vigilantes. The mafia, the Kraken people, and the town guard are all fighting right now. Yartar's a mess. You need to get the fuck out of here.
I use my draconic presence to just shout as loud as I can. Prison break!
Give me a
Riot!
just give me a general charisma check. You have advantage.
Go ahead, Jay. You want me to as well?
That'll be your own.
25. Oh yeah. The prisoners are like audibly more hyped up now. You just see like some you see like the guard that like was a big fan of you guys on the wall just goes, "Hey man."
Hey man, I got wrappings on my face right now.
No, he doesn't know it's you. It's just like, "Hey man,
Oh.
we're just trying to do our job." As you guys are like running towards like the docks, you're gonna have to make a water escape. You can't get through the front gate. You see like marching, almost like a small like militia or army of like armed soldiers. You see the face of the man you'd met that day outside of Yartar, the leader of that little group of thugs. Let me see if I still have the art of him.
Oh.
I don't think it's gonna do it if he's not on the same page as you guys. Give me 1 second. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Wearing like insignia, branding him as the new water baron of Yartar. You guys also know that when William banished this guy, there was a large popping sound, and then he teleported back. So he's probably not from this plane of existence, whatever he or it is.
Right.
Anyway, I take it you're running right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just watch out, everybody! Here comes the Kraken's whore.
Ooh.
Fuck, that's gonna draw some attention.
Do you have proficiency in stealth?
Yes, and as soon as I cast that, I'm using Pass Without a Trace.
Well, here's what we're gonna do: a charisma-based stealth check. So just whatever charisma proficiency you have. So it's your charisma stat plus your proficiency, because you're like shouting that out, but unless you want to be seen immediately.
I do not want to be seen
Okay.
immediately. I'm like, this is like throwing my voice, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would be 3 plus 4, so a 7. I don't think I have that easy roll up anywhere, so I will just... Wait, is that right?
Your charisma's plus what?
It's a plus 3, it's a 17. So
And then proficiency's plus 3 right now, right?
it's plus 4.
Okay, so yeah, then plus 7.
Yeah. Would I have... Oh, no. It wore off.
25. There you go.
25? Okay.
All right, yeah. That seems to like you see like he's clearly like trying to figure out where that voice came from, and he's like sends guards like in that direction. It's not quite in the direction you actually are though. You dug under the skin there as you both make your way and dive for the second or third time in Yartar now. Dive into the river to escape the city. It's been about 2 hours now, and you guys are getting real antsy to figure out what happened to your group as a soggy satyr and a soggy half-elf make their way up to you about a mile outside of the city as the sun's coming down.
You know, every time
I hate this city.
come to this goddamn town, I gamble and I lose.
Oh my fucking god.
I apologize for minimizing that, lads. There is a whole goddamn takeover. Oh my god, Astral, you are still bleeding.
Imagine my shock when I was like, oh, they're not going to turn themselves in. They're just going to leave Yartar. And you're like, hey, guys, let's do the right thing and turn ourselves in.
There's a reason why William straight up said, I'm not going
All right.
into that town.
So, Astral, I mean, at this point, you're fuming. You see your friends are all safe. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Go ahead and keep that right there. So yeah, at this point, like everyone's kind of coming together. You guys are like making your way back to the airship. You guys can all kind of talk about what happened. So I think William was very insistent on asking you what happened, Astral. But now that the whole group's here, we could explain it.
So, how do I simplify this? We were betrayed. Well, more effectively, Halia sold us out to the Oni.
Does anybody in the group know that Holly is in the Zentaro?
I think William's the only one who knows.
Is Halia?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that is
That's
a
one better.
Why
is
is
Halia?
Halia? I like this song. Can we play it again?
Oh my god.
Okay, so wait, Halia's in town. She's the one who fucking stabbed you.
No, that would be the new head of Granny's Muffin Shop. Me and him didn't really. I'll put it in his words: see eye to eye.
Did you start a fight in the middle of Zentom headquarters?
I don't
We
know.
definitely didn't start that
Did
fight.
somebody dump a cup of wine on my head and then tell me to kiss the ring?
Okay, but you didn't do anything to him.
Damn it! He took his fucking. I took his fucking tooth.
We didn't start that fight. I punched the dude out of initiative and then actively asked the DM to roll initiative.
We went here to fix an instance of what is a larger problem.
Okay, so here's let me go ahead and put this into perspective for you, Ollie. So right now the Zentarum and the Water Baron are not on speaking terms. And what I mean by not on speaking terms is they don't fucking like each other right now.
You could say that again. We literally got broken out, cloak and dagger, fog, gas.
Oh,
war.
You're
Um,
welcome.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Tacitus took care of that part while I was unconscious on the floor.
Let him
Apparently,
handle that.
you guys were due for execution.
Yeah, they were just gonna straight up murder you.
Yeah,
With
we,
that being said,
saw the new water
guess I'm just gonna give you guys a quick lesson on how the Zentarum works. Technically, they saved my life, Tacitus' life, and the both of your lives, which
I hold
probably
up
means
the piece of cloth, the leather with the Zentarum symbol on it.
we owe
Yeah.
them a favor.
Yeah, I'd say we do.
Let me see if I can calm everybody's nerves. I'm gonna go make some food.
Third Rock is
I think-
visibly nervous.
Actually, I think I have leftovers. Give me a moment. You guys are gonna love this. We didn't get to eat it.
I'm using my armor to ignite the leather patch and just have it crumple and burn in my hand.
Okay. Smells like burned leather now, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I fucking hate
My-
these snakes, these krakens, these goddamn undercover shadow organizations. I'm glad that they got me out from getting my head chopped off. I'm glad that you're all alive. It's just knives in the backs of people, and the only knives I'm used to are verbal ones. This is real life being disregarded, and it's all for power, and I fucking hate it. With giants, at least I can understand where they're coming from, but this just feels like power for power's sake. I want nothing to do with any of this right now. And I know that that's not fair, and I know that that's not possible.
An arrow sticks to the ground right next to you, Astral.
Mod.
It's got something tied to it.
I pick up the arrow.
That's a
And
heavy
I
arrow.
read with. Oh my fucking god!
You hear the jangle of coins from the sack tied to the arrow.
Is there a note to it?
Yeah.
What does the note say?
It's just the letter A, and you remember like the dude outside the door that you were pretty cool with before. His name started with A, so you assume that's maybe him giving you back your coins.
That's nice of him.
Third Rock starts making food before William. Just saying. Very excited. my comms were out there for a second, and I panicked, and I fucking had to load shit up. But yeah, but very silently and very quickly, Third Rock starts making food before
I
William.
mean, it's gonna be good.
We're not staying on the outskirts of this town, by the way.
No, we're going.
We need to leave.
At this point, it's been like another
yesterday.
10, 20 minutes. You guys can hear just like general mayhem. There's a riot's breaking out inside the city walls.
I may have started some of that, and it wasn't my finest work. like in here, and I'll just point to my chest. You know, do I feel a little bit bad about it? Are innocent people probably dying right now? Yeah. Am I
Ollie.
having a hard time caring?
I raised my hand for a high five, and you probably wouldn't expect that from Derek.
I need you guys to listen to me. This would have happened regardless if we had showed up to Yartar tonight or not.
Because
We just so happened to add oil to the fire.
By punching a man in the face.
Hey,
You stay
don't
out
need
of
that,
this.
William.
We came here
Do
for
not
you,
need that.
and you didn't even go into the city.
You're right. You're right. I don't really need that. My bad. I'm just a lot. Fucking. I think Oscar's dead. I don't know why that's a thing.
No, he said, no, you're right. I don't want the smoke. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah, let's get out of here. I can do everything that I need to do in Mirabar like I originally wanted. Fuck me. I'll just for the sake of expediency, William will do the sending spell to tell the fucking cultists to come pick us up a little bit earlier than expected.
All right.
As we leave, Tacitus looks back at the city of Yartar longingly, knowing that he will get his back one way or another.
Ollie, make a
How
perception
about
check.
that for a fucking
Perception?
shopping session,
Yeah,
y'all?
sorry, forgot to mention that little tidbit. Tacitus, why don't you go ahead and tell the rest
He
of the
doesn't-
gang what happened?
He doesn't bring it up. He doesn't say anything. He just goes straight down
Nobody's
to the bottom
noticed
of the
yet.
ship and starts drinking. That's where he's at. He doesn't want to talk about it.
All right. As night comes, you can all long rest. Astral, if you'd like a long rest, you could have one.
That was the craziest shit.
So fucking mad.
I had to rename my stream. I had it labeled as Icewind Dale. And we're nowhere near Icewind Dale, so I just renamed the stream Yartar again, question mark, question mark.
You told us to go to Yartar.
I said Yartar was the closest big city. Blame was the one that's like, I need a big city right now.
I
wanted to
couldn't.
go to Mirabar.
And then I figured I would spook you off right away with the wanted signs.
I would like to say that I immediately did want to go to Bryn Shander. I wanted to fast track that bitch. So
Say it then, as Third Rock, please. Jesus Christ.
He did.
I was
He did
dead.
say it.
I was recently incarnated and dead. I did also say that.
I don't give a fuck. This session was awesome.
And I do believe I said something along the lines of it would be cool if we hit Bryn Shander. And then
I was under the impression that was you as Dalton. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just.
No,
I'm
you're good.
I'm having a rough week. I'm sorry. It's coming out.
no, it's okay.
You're good,
okay,
Jay.
Bubba.
No, you're all good.
For the sake of expediency, can we say with my last charge, I bring back Oscar and I put Bigby's hand inside of my book?
It is definitively faster now to go through Port Last or Luskin.
No.
Just make it a double-double. I've lost the axe. I have no purpose.
William is very. I mean, I think
Neverwinter's the
has a
next
teleporter.
fastest, yeah.
We can go to Neverwinter, even though that one. Oh fuck! I can't go to Neverwinter. Trevor was working in Neverwinter.
So you guys take the longest amount of time to go to the Dwarven settlement of Miabar again.
Are we really? I feel like the group cannot risk our past right now.
Is Bryn Shander still out of the conversation? I know
No.
it's the longest, but
No, we can still. Chandler's is like pretty much on the way, more or less. It's just.
It's faster
I
than
wanna-
Miabar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I
go to
can-
Bryn Shander, y'all. That sounds like it's the easiest.
Yeah, we can head to Chandler after View.
with
It's
that,
literally on the way.
with that information, we're kind of queuing in like out of RP. Third Rock would definitely prepare sending and start letting his mom know that he's on his way. I don't want to come up with the 25 words that's required for the spell right now, but I
Okay.
just a general summary.
Cat's being very
I've
needy.
been waiting for this moment for a hell of a long time. I've had this imagery in my head of going to visit Dalton's mom for the longest time.
Bro, there's a few things, Terry. We'll go if you want to. We can go over like what I'm kind of expecting, but I think it'd be really cool to come back and see. And you've mentioned and you've given me a thumbs up about a few things that are waiting for me in Bryn Shander, so I'm very excited for him.
Yeah, we'll talk. I don't remember any of them.
None of them are important. They're all just small little like heartwarming tokens.
As you'll find, my best work is off the seat of my ass. Or
The,
I said
what you
that right,
hear-
didn't I?
What you hear in Third Rock's head right now, this is courtesy of Dakota. My mother told me.
All right, hand wave. Nobody cares about your shopping session. What do you want?
It's just void state.
You're in Mia You can go to Everland. You can go anywhere. You don't see any wanted posters for Dave Matthews Hand in Mia Bar. I think they're still like, hey, Dave Matthews people are good people.
That's good to hear. Fucking, I'm not even gonna have enough time to inscribe all the spells. Can I just shoot you a list later of everything I wanted?
That's fine.
For expediency's sake, cool. And warm clothes for everybody.
Everyone has some warm clothes, but we'll grab some more. We'll just take some gold out of the stash later. You do find out that 200 of your platinum pieces are fake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 200 of the platinum and venom fangs horde were fake.
What metal were they made of?
Platinum.
He's a phony.
Like, they're just fake platinum.
He's a phony.
He's a big fat phony.
So go ahead and take
I'll give-
200 of those platinum away.
I'll give those to Astral.
You give him 200 fake platinum.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you tell him it's fake?
No.
All right, Astral. You get 200 platinum.
I look William dead in his eyes, and I said, "You do know that I work with a criminal organization, right?"
That's fair. That's fair.
What about it?
You do know that I know these are fake, right?
Well, yeah, I just figured they belong to Venom Thing. You'd probably want them.
I dropped the platinum on the ground and just
This is not Astral Session, boys. You just get like really bad headaches too. Like your dragon eye keeps flaring up. All right. Well, we'll hand wave what you buy there. I mean, ideally, I'd like to do a random encounter to end the session, but you guys are flying, so there's not a lot of options for random encounters. If
Wait,
we
if
do want to
William
do
gets-
something for, go ahead.
If William gets to expedite shopping, can I expedite shopping for some of my 5th level requirements? I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can do some math on what it takes. Oof, that's a pretty hefty one. I'd like to buy a diamond worth at least 500 gold pieces, and I'm not sure if that's possible. I would also like a golden reliquary worth 500.
You
Would
pulling
be
from the stash,
very-
or is this your personal fund?
I have none in personal.
Comes out of the group stash.
And then the next one's a little bit easier. That's going to be
Well, just add all this up, and like I said, send
It'll be
it in the
12
list to Terry.
1,200.
I think, as much fun as a random encounter sounds, I think after all that, there are probably some. Oh, hey, there's talking at the end of the song.
No, I
That would
think
be
we
a
should-
bad idea.
I think
to
we should
call
definitely
it.
do. I think we should definitely do a random encounter.
I want a random encounter. I want to fucking fight something.
Astro wants to punch something.
Jay, would you be okay with that? Okay.
He wants to kill shit too. You weren't there, William. You don't know.
I specifically avoided a town.
If we're going shopping, I would like to pick up a gilded flower worth at least 300 gold pieces as well.
Easy
And
enough.
I'll use that out of the 500 from the stash that William gave me.
I already removed that from the group stash bank, so
And despite it being really chaotic, and every once in a while it was tough to have a lot of people talking at once. I think that was one of the most interesting and the most things that happened with a lot of different things interesting happening in a session that we've had in a long time. And it was a roller coaster, and it was honestly, it felt like an insanely awesome episode of TV. So I want to applaud everyone's RP and their characters, and also how yeah, we were there were some hilarious moments that happened. Tacitus, William, thank you for giving me some good chuckles.
As you head back to the airship, you hear off in the distance what sounds like thunder beating across the skies, only to find it's the sound of cracking stone, tumbling buildings. You come up, you see a small, what was already once ruins of some long-forgotten kingdom off the beaten road, being plucked apart and flattened by a group of stone giants.
Oh,
This day keeps getting more interesting. Let's go.
Technically the morning after. You guys are just leaving Miyabar to go meet up with the, And if anybody makes fun of my mapping skills here...
So,
Yeah, it's 2 maps, okay? Couldn't find one map I liked. I don't know why I thought this was better.
you're really towing the line of greatness.
I'm gonna fucking put your character in a body bag. Alright, yeah. You
Wow. Where the fuck was that initiative in fucking Yartar?
Right over there with your...
15. We're at 13.
No, I'm not going to say anything.
This time he rolls a 21.
holy shit, that's a lot of people with 21s.
No, wait, I already rolled my
shit.
40s.
Right, as you guys are kind of like making your way up, you see these stone giants are just kind of like just throwing stuff down, breaking like this structured settlement. Not a structured settlement. This was like ruins before, but they're just like completely desecrating it. You see that they kind of like they see you approaching too, and one of them kind of like they chuckle to each other, and a rock comes soaring up over your heads and lands behind you guys. Astro, you're first to act. Tacitus, you're on deck.
Music going.
Let's see. So mobile lets me. And dash action in difficult terrain does not cost you extra movement. Ah, that's annoying. I can't get close enough.
You'd have to bonus action dash.
Yeah. Ooh, that's what I can do. Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna use Step of the Wind.
You guys watch as Astro goes to jump forward. Literal wings sprout from his back as he takes to the sky, almost falling over like, what the fuck? As you just like rush forward on the sky, flying towards this giant.
That's new.
And that's the bonus action. Wings unfurled is burned. Key point.
You still have 30 movement after this. 23 definitely hits.
That's gonna be poison.
10 poison damage. There you go. Extra attack.
Yeah.
27
Some
hits
more
for 9
poison.
as well. You've been having like these headaches, like the power's like been swelling up, and at this point, like you strike out, and like you see like the veins in your wrist almost turn green as you crack. You can just see like a general mist emitting off of the The fist is just poisonous gas begins to just emit from you.
That's wild.
Tacitus, that's you. You just saw your little friendly halfling grow dragon wings, fly away.
Wait,
and then-
you still said I have 30 feet, right?
Yes. Pull them back a
Cool,
little.
I'm gonna, yeah,
Go ahead. Tacitus,
just
that's
just
you.
go
Ollie, you're on
right
deck.
here.
Tacitus just kind of watching him just drift over, just kind of like, oh, eyeballing that shit. Like, this monk just keeps getting weirder. And
Every
just-
time he gets knocked unconscious, he gets stronger. He's a Super Saiyan.
And then he's just gonna charge the same giant that he was just attacking, and he's gonna rage reckless and go.
All right. When you
for
rage,
two
you get
with
an
the
extra
battle brew.
20, so 40. What's your movement speed? 40?
Yes.
He's just out of reach, unfortunately. Unless you dash. But then you wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
attack him. You could always hold
Yeah,
an
just
action for if he
kinda-
comes any closer. Or you could throw something. at
Yeah.
him.
Ooh, I do have the Razorback, don't I?
Yeah.
I'll just huck the Razorback. I don't give a shit.
Alright. Go ahead and make an attack with, You don't have Hugh anymore, huh?
No, I'm just shield and barehanded.
Go ahead and make an attack with just, like a maul or something in your inventory.
Yeah, you have the battle brew.
I literally have nothing but Battle Brew and Unarmed Strike.
Make it unarmed strike. It's the same hit modifier. And then I'll just roll a d8 on top of whatever you roll. 24 hits. So then roll a d8. You can do that on roll 20. 8, and then unarmed strike does 6 damage as well. So that's 5 plus 3 is 6 plus 5 is 11 plus 3 is that 15? You had rage damage to your thrown weapon.
I'm just going for a knee shot right on the fucker.
Or is the rage damage only on your melee attacks?
I think it's only melee.
So 11 damage.
Going for a
hits.
knee shot on the fucker.
Ollie, that's you.
Okay.
Terry, you're
going
on deck.
Yep, that is true. I'm going to look at William and just say, careful, fight might be coming to you. And I'm going to look at the rest of the party and just say, I would say careful, but you guys seem to enjoy it up there. And I'm going to move 35 up to this tree. And, hold on. That was 25. Let me just see distance and stuff. Okay, that's 50 to him. Wondering if my movement can get me within 60 of this guy as well. This map is zoomed in too much. Okay, to 65, so I'm gonna move right here. Let me see. That's still 65. So into under the shrubbery. 60 for him, 50 for him. I'm gonna cast second level command on
Okay.
both of them, and I'm going to say, approach.
Okay. What's the save on that?
It is a Wisdom save, DC 17.
All right. The spell reaches out. You see both giants kind of like twist for a moment. Once it comes to their turn, you'll see if it took effect or not.
And I'm going to bonus action, Ukulele.
Perfect. Cantrip and a leveled spell. Show he's going. This stone giant here then begins to like kind of clamber forward. 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets like right there. And he instead of coming any closer, you see he is in control of himself. He goes to swing once at Tacitus and once at Astral. You reckless attacked yet? Or you couldn't because he threw something, so it's a regular attack. And then it's disadvantage on Astral because of your cloak. So Astral, that's a 23 with disadvantage. And then Tacitus, that's an 18. You threw
And
your
meets and
shield,
beats.
so I think that hits.
Yeah.
So Tacitus, you take 21 halved to 10, and Kami or Sean, you take 20 damage as well.
How much should I take?
20. What's the range on a rock? Aw, I can hit that.
I'd hit that.
Go ahead and roll a d4 real quick. 3. Hey, Derek. You like catching rocks? I do have disadvantage on this because of the range. And that's an 11.
Okay.
A rock comes soaring up way over you. Misses.
Scares the shit out
Oscar's
of me, though.
dead.
Oh
Oscar's dead.
my god.
I'll roll a d4 again. 2. That's a third rock. You like catching rocks?
I'm fucking straight after death, rolling a 1 on initiative. You know I like taking damage.
Ooh. That's 2 natural ones.
2 natural
So
ones.
you see he like goes to throw a rock and he actually like goes to like grab a bunch of like dirt and he throws it and it just a dust cloud surrounds his face. Any ranged attacks have advantage on this guy for 1 round.
Nice.
Which guy?
That guy?
Derek, that's you.
Okay. So I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Okay.
Is this every square 5 feet?
Yeah, you're good.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I will... Is that 120?
That's within 90, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna flip through the scroll on my Dagger of the Ogre Mage and basically hit the pommel against my shield and click it in and then point my sword at it and basically fire a firebolt at the guy right here.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll with advantage. Ooh, that'll hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
Here you go. Decent hit. William, that's you. Stone Giant on deck.
Okay, cool. Oh, mouse work, thank you. William's going to run up behind Ollie and is basically going very quickly to say, look, I feel like the monkey thing you and I have been trying to do has not been working, so I'm going to try something a bit new. I think you'll like this one a little bit more. And suddenly a misty pirate ship will appear in his hand and he will send into Ollie. As suddenly a shot of salt water kind of goes up your nose. I cast greater invisibility on Ollie. And then I'm assuming there's like a tree or something here. I'm gonna try to position myself, so that's kind of in the way a little bit.
It gives you some cover.
Cool.
Alright, unfortunately this guy also beat your save, Jay, so he's gonna take 2 swipes at Tacitus here in front of him. The first one is a miss, the second one is a hit. You take 10 damage after half. As you managed to dodge to the side of the first one pretty easy. Okay. Third rock, that's you.
All right. Kind of realizing that I'm like the slowest to react and like that the world keeps carrying on. Third rock's gonna try and take it slowly and asking from a god that he's never asked from before. So I'm gonna move 30 feet up. I think that moves right up to where Ollie and everyone else is at. Yep. So I just want to kind of move right up next to where I last saw. I guess I last saw Ollie, and where I see William behind a tree.
You just see a little ghost pirate ship shoots Ollie in the face and he just disappears.
I killed him!
As much as I would like to retort to that, I don't think I will. Instead, I'm not sure if I can summon this within. Well, fuck it, we'll see. You guys see Third Rock flipping a gold coin in his hand and saying something, and then all of a sudden you audibly hear, Timora guide us. And I'm going to cast a Celestial under Timora's visage.
Summon Celestial.
Yep, and it's going to be right next to Tacitus, helping him deal with the shits. If I can, giving him flank on anything, but I was going to say I don't know if these things can give... That seems like it can give flank. It's got its own stat block. I guess I should specify that. I think the defender is the one I was going with for the first.
Yeah, Avengers.
Range within 90 feet. Yeah, you can put it behind. I mean, Tacitus isn't out of flank right now either, though, so.
Tacitus is what? You cut out.
Also not out of flank right now, but you can set him up to possibly help him. So that is your action. You call forth the Celestial Spirit and manifest the corporeal form of Celestial Spirit bat block. When you cast the spell, choose Avenger or Defender. The creature is an ally to you and your companions in combat. It shares your initiative count, but it takes your turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands. If you don't issue any, it takes the dodge. Okay, so you summon it, and then what do you tell it to do?
Kill.
I'm going to tell it to guard Dave. Fuck it. I'm going to tell it to guard Dave Matthews' hand and
This is a
I guess
fifth level spell, right?
yeah, stay in their face. So I'm going to basically just tell them to like stay in the face of these two giants. And that has a fly speed of 40, so I would like to be like, if it could be above and near Tacitus.
It won't get flank if it's flying.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to be immediately adjacent to the creature.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, well then I'll stay on the ground for now.
Okay. It gets to attack. Is it doing anything?
Yes. I'm gonna do the defender attack gives it
The Radiant Mace.
yes.
Okay.
Which if
Yeah, it gets 2 attacks. That's the damage. So go ahead and roll 2 spell attacks. It's the top of your spell
oh
list.
god damn it. For I don't see the attack for this. Oh,
It's
just
the
the
top of your
general
spell list, yeah.
Got you.
Then roll
Ooh.
1 more. That one misses.
Ooh.
So the first one hits. We'll keep that 9 damage.
Damn it.
It's
Sorry.
9.
That's temp HP to. That's not the damage roll, I don't think.
No, that was the 10.
Wait, is
1d10
it?
plus
Oh,
3.
okay. And then
So
it's
that's radiant
plus the
damage.
spell's level. So to add 5 to that as well.
Oh, plus 3 plus the spell's level. You're right. And then the chosen creature within 10 feet, which is no creature right now,
Or itself.
or itself, gains 10 temp. So I'm going to say it gains 10 temp. Or 1d10 temporary, so go ahead and roll a 1d10.
10. No, 6. That's good enough.
6
Good enough.
temp. The stone giant does get an opportunity attack because it rolled a natural 1. That is a 14 that misses the spirit with a 16 AC. That is your turn. That's the first time we cast that spell. I liked that round, but I will just put it out there because I do have a timer going. That was a lot more than 2 minutes, but that was my fault
Yeah.
too. I haven't even
For sure.
seen that spell in play. Astral, that's you. Chair boy, I see you sleeping in there.
Oh, it's back to me.
Yep.
All right. So
His blood's really boiling.
just slightly adjusting myself. I'm gonna bonus action rage,
Okay. Definitely helps.
and
with
then
fighting giants.
kind of grabbing his stomach a little bit as Tacitus begins to see kind of like this green ooze from my mouth. I make a breath attack in a line.
30 feet.
Yep.
Perfect.
You're a gross monk. That's what you is. You gross.
Both of them fail that as well. They both take 7 damage.
Sweet. And then this one.
Yeah, it's one of your attacks, huh? That's so good. 19 hits for sure, minus 6 poison damage again.
And then I use my bonus action already.
Mm-hmm. So that's all we got. You have movement if you want to... Yeah, okay. Perfect. You gather he can still probably hit you right there.
Oh, that reach.
Okay. He's learning. My god, he's learning. Alright, Tacitus, that's you. Ollie, you're on deck.
Yep.
You're muted.
Sorry, the dog's whining. I'm gonna push up here. Move that little 5 feet. I'm gonna recklessly attack both these guys.
That'll hit them both. We'll say top damage is first damage is top guy, bottom damage is bottom guy. Go ahead and roll. Oh my fucking god! Max damage on that first one, bro.
And then I'm going to disengage.
That's an action to do that.
It is. Then so what about just like walking away?
That's fine.
Yeah, then I just want to walk away to the max amount distance to put me right here.
So I think you move 5 feet to get closer.
Yeah.
40 puts you right here.
But I moved to 5, so it'd be 35, so I'd go.
Yeah, I counted that 5.
Okay. So wherever I go.
You're going to get 2 opportunity attacks. Or actually, one of
Yes.
them used one of them on the statue, so you get 1 opportunity attack. You
Wait,
did
one of them
reckless,
what?
so this one's a 17.
It's gonna miss.
You don't have a shield.
My armor class says naturally is 18. Oh, +2. Never mind, it's 16, so it does hit.
Go. So that is 7 damage as they strike you with the great club. Ollie, that's you.
Right, I'm invisible. Let's see how this goes.
You can
I've
attack
got
while
my-
this one is on too.
Yeah, I've got my.
And cast
killing.
spells.
I'm going to cast a spell, and it's a bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Perfect.
And the advantage doesn't really bother me because I'm already getting advantage, unless these guys have blind sight, which stone giants. But it's honestly more for the disengage than anything. I'm going to run up to the weaker one with my 40 feet of movement, and I'm going to make my first attack.
Good. You get advantage.
Technically flanking.
That hits.
That is 12, and I'm going to 4 of second. So 16. And I'm going to use the D8 of Zephyr Strike damage, force. For 2, so 18 damage. And,
Was that the poison, the spider staff?
no, that was the Zephyr Strike. I will roll for the Spider Staff, though.
Yeah, an extra d6. There you go.
Or 4.
I'm gonna make you a homebrew weapon that just does all that.
That would be beautiful.
Um,
And then I am going to bonk him again. Still advantage?
yes, you're still invisible. These guys have not performed the Great Stillness, so
Excellent.
those were special stone giants in Deadstone Cleft. 19 will hit.
That is 11 plus
Plus
a
a
D6
D6.
poison. So 13.
There you go. He's looking rough.
And he is looking rough. I'm going to use my additional 30 feet from Zephyr Strike and not provoking opportunities to go 10. And oh wait, I'm invisible, so I can't really stay in the line of fire for Astral, but I'll just move over anyway.
Okay. This guy's gonna move here and make 2 strikes on Astral. They have disadvantage on these.
Couldn't have moved. I would have gotten an opportunity attack. God damn it. Okay.
That hits him. You take 11 because you're raging. Second attack also hits you. You take 10 because you're raging. So 21 damage total, as opposed to 43.
Oh my god.
Amazing what a level can do.
We're gonna hit these rock attacks. We really is. Okay, so let's do a D4.
Astro, did you catch that?
Two.
Yeah, I updated
Derek,
my
you like
token.
catching rocks?
I do.
Oh, 22,
It's gonna hit.
35 damage.
my
make
God.
a strength saving throw.
As you wish. Ow.
You watch as a rock just comes soaring, just like it breaks apart, hits Derek like square in the chest, lifts him up off his feet, and throws him in the air. You land prone. Wind knocked out of you.
Okay, so it just knocks me prone. It doesn't.
Yeah, you're all good. You're just prone.
Okay.
Second dude now, you're prone, so he's going to throw his rock at either Tacitus, either third rock or William, so we'll do a high-low. What do you want, William?
I'll take high.
Low it is. You like catching rocks, Third Rock? That's a natural one.
Oh hell yeah!
Just
gods
that wasn't
don't
two
want me to-
natural ones, so he doesn't get dirt in his eye. But Derek, that's you.
gods Don't want me
Derek,
to
that's me.
die
Okay.
I'm gonna put
tonight.
some dirt in your
I'm gonna
eye.
put some dirt in your eye.
Want forgiveness? Get
You are
religion.
prone, so you stand up from prone.
Yeah, so it's gonna take 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's gonna be another 15, and then I'll. Is this guy still advantage ranged attacks?
No, the dirt cleared.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna aim for this guy then with
Go
a
ahead.
firebolt.
Letting out the bolt of fire.
Is that a part of the map right here, Terry?
No, that's
Celestial.
that's the celestial he summoned. I'll find some photos later for.
Okay,
Joker,
all
now
right.
that I know he
I
has
was
that
just
spell.
slightly confused a little bit.
Ollie, William, if you're gonna take a summon spell, please let me know. I'll try to find tokens and stuff for it. Third Rock, you're all good. Not calling you out there. I just genuinely didn't even know that spell existed. So.
That means you gotta find the icon for it, Dalton.
I can help him find our icons now that I know it exists. I just didn't know it was a spell. Derek, unfortunately, that's gonna miss.
All right.
You know that stone giants have an AC of 17. If you wanted to try to use a hero die, since we're getting close to the end of the session, you could.
Sure, I'll do that.
So you need to
D6.
get at least a 3. Oh,
Ooh.
misses. William, that's you.
Cool. William having more than enough range from here because it's 120 feet, baby.
You're a little discombobulated after getting chest rocked by a rock.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, William.
William standing behind the tree, seeing two people get absolutely fucking rocks flying and shit. Oh, I don't want that to happen anymore. Pulls out the Party King crown, looks at it, puts magical portents into it, and then fucking tosses it in the air like a frisbee, where it begins to grow and turn into a UFO of sorts. Flying over both of those guys as he casts Synaptic Static, as pure static and noise crashes down on them, and intelligence-wise, they both either roll a 10 or a 12. I'm assuming they don't have a very high intelligence.
+0.
Cool. So that means they both fail, and they'll both take 8d6 psychic damage.
And they both get to take a d6 off of any saving throws.
Any Constitution saving throws or attack throws.
Okay. Cool. They hits both of them. Stone Giant. This guy here. He's gonna smash the statue thing that Bad Friend touched him, so he's gonna hit it twice. Go ahead and roll for your statue for an opportunity attack. It's another nat 1. It's not my night. And a 14. Dalton, you there?
Oh,
Ooh.
sorry, I was muted.
Yeah, he nat 1'd against your statue, so opportunity attack.
Yes.
It's your spell
So it's just
attack.
another spell attack.
Mhm.
Whack. Did that do it?
He has Warcaster.
No, but it's a creature.
I'm not the one doing. Is it not? Oh, there it
That's
is.
a miss, unfortunately. That dude missed your statue twice. Third Rock, that's you.
Calmly walking up another 30 feet. I'm gonna make this one quick. I promise.
You're all
Let's
good.
figure. Let's go. 30 feet might be too. That's not within their reach, right? Because I still have 10 feet between. Yeah. Okay, cool. So with that, and then this is 10 feet between them. I'm going to cast Guardian of Faith between them. And then I was just doing that for the spell slot, not for the damage roll. But after that, I'm going to bonus action, snap myself invisible with the hidden step.
What was it called again?
Which one? The hidden step?
Guardian Spirit?
Guardian of Faith.
Guardian of Faith.
Guardian of Faith. Any creature that, any hostile creature that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian of the first time for the turn. Okay, so yeah, it's right there in between them, and if they move, they'll take damage. Gotcha. Astral, that's you. He's gotten more relaxed in his chair this time. Chair boy!
Oh, Mr. Chairboy, I see you sleeping over there. Hello, Astral. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Every time I keep trying to fall asleep, they keep pulling me back.
Doing
in.
another breath weapon. Both giants need to make a dex save. Homeboy closest to you and the homeboy farther away fails, so they both take 9 damage.
Is that a line attack?
Yeah.
What is
Yes,
that?
it is.
He's breathing poison.
Or how long of a radius?
30 foot.
Holy shit.
It's a line. He can choose to do a line or a cone. Fuck, both of those hit. An extra 17 poison damage on that. You just, like, all this, like, pent-up energy from Venom Fang breathing into you is just unleashing. Everyone's just watching poison is just beginning to, like, slowly rolls clouds of green smoke off of Astral's body as he just pummels into this dragon, this giant's, like, shins.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm going to move. I think I'll put myself about right there.
Does his rage work with the draconic strikes, like the rage damage?
It certainly does. That's an extra, I think, 4 damage. It's 2 per hit.
Nice.
Astra, when you get a chance, click on the little Beyond 20 extension, and down at the bottom it should give you the option for Barbarian Rage. You are raging Arg. Turn that on, and it'll roll your rage damage.
Okay.
Tacitus, that's you.
I'm gonna approach homeboy in the corner who's been throwing dirt clods, and I'm gonna recklessly attack him 2 times.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Go ahead. That'll hit. Crit. That's extra damage on Battle Brew, and extra damage because you're you.
I'm gonna
Nice.
Orcish Fury him.
Okay, so go ahead and click on both damages here. I have some math to do.
That's a lot of numbers.
I have some math
This,
to do.
this turn
Okay,
is going to
so-
take longer than a minute.
I already paused my timer. So the turn's over. We just got to do math now. So, weapon does 2d6. You rolled 2 nat 1s on that. That's unfortunate. 8 plus 6, so that's the 8 damage. The crit was an extra 5 damage. You get 9 from the acid damage, 3 from rage, 2d6 extra damage for the Orcish Fury and Brutal Critical. That's the 11, and that's 6. I don't know what that extra 6 is on there, because the acid damage doesn't crit, but I think it thinks it does. So I'm just going to take that 4 and count that as your extra... Oh, no, because Orcish Fury would crit, so I'll take the 6. All that math adds up. So that's 10, plus 3, plus 8, plus 5, plus 9, plus 3, plus 11, plus 6. Total damage? 55.
Oh my god.
So wait, my Orcish Fury is just already factored in. I don't have to roll for it.
Well, it rolled too many dice on here.
Oh,
So I was just counting those as different dice.
It's just
How do I add the rage in the Beyond 20 extension?
It's down at the very bottom, like when you click on the little Beyond 20. If you scroll down past character select options, it's just called Barbarian Rage. You are raging Arg.
Then yeah, you just see as Tacitus just womps on these 2 guys, just completely ignores them and charge headfirst into battle, just to come over to this guy, slap him once, and then pull back and ricochet with the inertia and buckle the battle
Yeah,
brew.
he comes
underneath
down to
his
a knee
shoulder
on that one. Just acid
Yeah.
spray up his chest. Ollie, that's you?
Nice hit, buddy.
All right. I'm still concentrating on the Zephyr Strike, and so no opportunity as I go and pummel this bitch ass. That is a 21 to hit.
21 will definitely hit.
For 10 damage, and I will go and swing again.
10 damage. How do you want to do this?
D6 was.
10 was enough.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hmm.
In that case, I will just straight up pop his knee, like his kneecap, just off of his leg, and as he tumbles, I will just walk up his chest, stab the base of the staff into him, hop off, and move over and take my next swing on this guy.
Perfect.
It's a crit.
That'll hit.
Now we've got some fun math. Okay,
I think it's 15 damage plus 2d6.
2d6 and 2d4 because it swaps. It's once per target, not once per turn. 2d4 plus 2d6
Minus an
So
extra
that is
11.
15. So
Good to
that's
go.
26.
I already just did the 15 damage and then 11 damage.
Gotcha. I was just confused with my
I know. It's almost 10. It's 10 o'clock. I know you're ready for me to get off the game, but give me a minute. We're almost done. 2 good hits there. Going into the Giants' turns. Assuming you move, you're also invisible. This dude's going to move, not knowing any better. He's going to make a dexterity saving throw. Third rock, that's a failure. Go ahead and... he takes 20 damage, right?
Correct.
Just radiant arc up the back. You insignificant small folk will pay for this. And he's going to swing twice on Astral.
He left my range though, right?
He did.
Excellent.
Astral, first one is a miss, second one is a hit. 20 hits as well. 10 damage. He's looking yucked up. Astral, you only take 8 damage after half. Minus an extra 3. This boy up here...
Feels good.
He hasn't
That
had
was a
luck
hit song in the 90s.
throwing rocks at these two per se, so it's I'm sorry, Lane, it's coming. Rock.
I mean, I'm invisible too, so.
That's a 28. That's gonna hit you, yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and minus a d6.
I mean,
Give me a moment.
okay.
2, I have cover, so that's... okay, I'm gonna use lucky.
What do you mean you have cover?
I'm not gonna use lucky!
So you take 28 damage.
You did tell me that the tree gave me cover earlier, but it doesn't fucking matter. Oh, just 28. Just 28.
And then make a strength saving throw.
Yeah. Oh, luck is not with me today. Yeah,
like
on it.
6 natural ones. We're in the same boat. Strength save. 7, you're prone. Make a con save.
I can't use lucky again, can I?
Do you,
yeah.
do you want to?
Being prone's not that huge a deal. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a con save.
Okay. Arguably more important thing to use lucky for. Okay, yeah, you're good. Still invisible. Ollie. You do take that damage. We come to this guy. He's going to give me a dexterity saving throw, Tacitus. You get advantage. I see that smile. You know what that means.
If he's making an ability check, the other guy, he also has to minus a d6. And the other guy gets to make an intelligence saving throw to see if he can get out of the static.
He's making no check, and he doesn't. 12, that's not good enough, Tacitus.
I thought you said with advantage.
Oh, 18? You know what? I'll give it to you, you sly bitch. You jump out of his hand. But
Yes.
do you dodge a rock? Not a rock, but a great club. It's made of
I hope
rock.
not.
That's a 21 minus a d6. So a 19
Hit
is
me.
22 damage, halved to 11. Derek, that's you. William, you're on deck.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Looks
25.
like these guys probably have this guy taken care of.
Honestly, it looks like Tacitus has got that guy taken care of too.
We got this guy way back here still, pretty much untouched.
I was gonna handle him next.
So where did I start again?
I think like right here.
Okay. I'll just move 30 feet this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then shoot a firebolt at him.
Go ahead. That's the dude that hit you with a rock anyway.
Oh, yeah, huh?
That'll hit.
22?
3 damage. Is that minimum damage? Oh, it's close. 2 and 1.
Ouch.
Cantrips. William, that's you.
William not even bothering to get up. I like to think a good bit of the rock is still lying down on top of him. Oh, fuck me. this is the part where you notice that the party crown is still floating in the air above both of those guys as William casts a 4th level fireball as a massive flaming pirate ship comes down, but then turns into ice as to not catch the fucking forest on fire. I need both of them to make dexterity saving throws beating 17.
They both rolled a dirty 20.
Good for you.
It happens sometimes. They've rolled consistently under a 3 on the intelligence saving throws. So.
Not rolling that. So it's 96.
I think I rolled 3 consecutive nat 1s against Third Rock. I'll take my dirty 20s when I've earned them, okay? So
Cool.
15
So
damage
15.
each. Quick math.
And that's
Third
William's
Rock,
turn.
that's you.
Moving. I'm going to do this really quickly and simply.
Okay.
Moving 20 feet to adjacent my big boy guardian of faith. I'm going to look up at the one that spoke about us being insignificant and go, look, I'm very tired and I'm in not much of a mood to fight, and our urgency outdemands your insignificance. So at a 4th, okay, so I've used 5th level and a 4th level. At my next 4th level, I'm going to cast Bad Friend Touch, and I'm going to Bad Friend Touch this guy to death.
Yeah, you kill him for sure. You see the stone skin cracks up as you just fill his body with necrotic energy. He just falls over dead. Astral, that's you.
I'm gonna
this
bonus
creature
action
has 40
step of the
fly
wind.
speed.
Yeah, I was gonna
so-
say, can I move my celestial closer to the fight?
Yeah.
Because it has movement speed. 40, if I can.
You can get right there and attack the guy that Tacitus is attacking.
Yes, sir.
Alright, go ahead and make 2 attacks.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
miss. That'll just barely hit. It's a...
Yeah.
Just go ahead and roll a D... I think it was
It's
a
a D-
D10
D10. Yeah, it's a D10 plus 3, and
plus
then
5.
Plus 5.
Plus 3 plus 5.
5.
So
Plus
15
three.
damage.
And then I'm gonna give if I'm within range, I'd like to give Tacitus the temporary health.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Third Rock just looks fucking exhausted. Like he doesn't have like the level of exhaustion, but Third Rock's just like you're watching.
Kill
all
the
of this-
kills.
Yeah, all of his moves are just like methodically like wanting to end shit so that we can just deal with what we need to deal with. So Third Rock's just like slowly. He's not in a rush. He's not doing anything. He just takes his step, casts his celestial for the first time, and just like giving faith to gods that he knows. Like he's trying to dig back in his memories of like what gods would have no means of doing me wrong and start there. So I'm just gonna start going back and slowly start recuperating faith for like stomping forward, and is just clearly finding a stepping stone. So with that, everything he's doing, he's just looking to this celestial, giving a nod, and then just sending them both out for their fucking death wishes.
Perfect. Astral, that's you.
So bonus action step to the wind.
Oof, both of those are unfortunately going to miss.
Can I use a hero die?
Yeah. That second one will hit for 9 damage.
I want to do a stunning strike as well.
It's a natural 1.
He is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Is that your first successful stun?
No, not my first. Not my first.
Gotta be top 5.
First on a stone giant.
Tacitus, that's you then. You watch another giant fall dead at your feet, not by your hands.
He's just gonna look at the bug and then he's gonna turn around at the group. He's just gonna go, "All right, whose fucking bug was it?" And he's gonna just take a big old gulp of fucking battle brew
Okay.
and
Ollie.
try to, start making his way up the hill.
I mean, you can get there and attack that dude this round. Tacitus.
What's up?
You have the movement to get there and attack that guy right now.
Oh, then yeah, I'll attack.
Yeah.
him. I'll
You
direct
good?
it.
He's already stunned, so you already have advantage.
Even still,
Okay. It's the principle. That's a crit.
Can I attack him again?
You definitely can. Yeah, you get extra attack. That's also a hit. Go ahead and roll both. Jesus.
Math.
Christ.
Math.
13 plus 9 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 10. Actually, no. So that last 10, it's the critted poison damage. You don't get that. Did roll the 2d6 extra for Orcish and the Orcish crit and the class crit. So not taking. I'll be nice. I'll take the plus 10 and not the plus 3. And then I'll give you the 12 plus the 3 for 55 damage. How do you want to do this?
No way.
So he's got a little drool on his beard, and he just kind of like shuffles his way up, climbs up. He sees Astral just kind of fucking and stun it, and he just comes up, van hammers it with the fucking like right on the like bent knee. Surrounded, hits it right in the chest, just leaving a fat impact wound in that stone.
Between the stun
And he
condition
just starts
and that
walking
hit,
away.
it just falls over. Just falls over dead.
Did I cut out?
No, yeah, we heard you.
Okay.
And
Right,
that is where we're going to bring the session to an end.
Wow, y'all. Fucking love
The,
y'all.
Thanks for watching,
party
everybody. Have a
crown
good rest of your night.
flying back to William's bag, shrinking down to its normal size.